We're going. All right, we're there. We're there. We're back. Hey, everybody. It's United Adventure Company. We were just talking about fighting evil with lions just before this started. And you know, we actually have had lions in our Dungeons and Dragons games. So, but tonight is not Dungeons and Dragons. It's Delta Green Impossible Landscapes. The midpoint where we broke the module, and now our handler has to figure out how to get us back into the module. So, yep, I think it's episode 8. It might be 9. I've kind of lost count. So, and we don't have a title for this episode, so feel free to hit us up in the chat, or if you're watching this on YouTube and we haven't titled it yet, throw us a comment in the channel on YouTube and let us know what we should call this episode. See some folks out there. Thanks for joining us. If this is your first time, go ahead and hit that follow button. We have a contest going on right now for 125 followers. When we hit that, we will draw a name from our followers and give away an RPG. Hopefully we hit that 125 mark before the end of the year. That's the goal. So we have a lot of streams coming up between now and the end of the year. So hopefully that generates some stuff. We're going to be playing some Jinkies and Ghostbusters, I think. We did a poll in our Discord, and there were quite a few games that were very popular. So we're gonna pull those together with our mods and figure out exactly what we're playing and schedule everything up for the week between Christmas and New Year's. So we'll have a stream probably just about every single day. So join us here on Twitch live. Make sure you're in our Discord to get the schedule. Agents in Idaho. Potagents.
We can't do that. We can't. Yeah, we can do that. We can't do anything about Idaho.
No.
No, redacted reports are currently running Idaho.
Yep. God.
I know.
There's always somebody doing something.
Right?
Yeah.
Very rude.
But we could call it Potagents.
I do like
that,
Potagents.
yeah.
I do like Potagents.
That's horrible,
Potagents.
and all of you should feel bad.
Or French fried agents. Hey, if you're ever in Boise, Idaho, make sure you stop by the French Fry Company. That's actually the name of the place. They have the best French fries in the world, and they have like 47 billion flavored dipping sauces. Why you would necessarily go to Boise, Idaho, I don't know. But if you're ever there, just stop by the French Fry Company and get some French fries. So there's my plug for the French Fry Company and what I know of Idaho, because I've been to Boise one time.
The only thing I know of Idaho is that is where my massage therapist's demented mother lives. That's all I know.
Well, let's hope she's not watching. The mother, I mean.
Hey, a viewer is a viewer.
That's true. Go ahead and follow us now. It's okay.
Shut your mouth.
And the names of some of these bots, I'm telling you.
Six Flags Magic Mountain.
Yeah, like what's that about? What
Are
kind
you
of
a bot? Six Flags
Yeah.
Magic Mountain. Are you really a bot? Or are you a human in disguise as a bot?
I mean, that's two different places, right?
Six Flags Magic Mountain?
No, that's
Yeah,
a
in
place
Magic Mountain.
Well, wait, yeah.
No, I think Magic Mountain is Six
No,
Flags branded, isn't it?
I thought Magic Mountain was that place in Epcot.
It's in California.
It's in California.
Six Flags Magic Mountain, Southern California.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought Magic Mountain was a Disney thing.
That's Magic Kingdom.
That's
It-
Magic
yeah.
Kingdom.
No,
It used
that's
to
a
be
roller
just
coaster thing.
Magic Mountain, and then it became Six Flags.
Okay. That's
Six
why
Flags
there's
bought
two
it.
places at a
Okay.
Party.
Yeah,
There we go.
branded. Six
That's
Flags
why.
branded.
Because I'm old.
Yeah.
We all are.
Jinkies.
It's okay.
Yeah, we're all old.
You're not going to be the oldest, and you know what? You're not the oldest person in this game right now.
Not. I'm
No.
not.
You're not.
Nope. That's probably me.
I think I'm the oldest
I
character, though.
guarantee you.
I think it is me, actually. I think I'm the
I am
old
oldest
fart.
character.
Because I think the rest of us are some good old millennials.
Damn
right.
millennials.
Geriatric millennials.
and look at you with your Gen X self.
I don't know. Don's up there, right? Don's
Oh, yeah.
an older gentleman.
That's right.
47. I think Don's in his 30s right now.
Is he?
In 1990.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What are we? No, we're 95. We're 95.
95.
95, the year I graduated high school.
The year Daryl Strawberry betrayed his team.
Wait, you graduated 95?
Yep.
I'm older than you are.
Oh, thank God I'm not the old person.
High
in the room.
school?
Huh?
You had me fooled. I didn't think you
Oh.
were that old.
Yeah, people say I have a baby face. It's got to work for something.
Yeah, I
Balin looked
figured
young
you
as
were
shit.
like, around my age, not around his age, but okay.
I was born
Are
in
you-
76.
I was born
Oh,
in
shit.
76,
There you go.
but the next to last day of the year in 76.
There you go. That was at the start.
Barely.
So we're all literally like almost a year apart.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. So, all right.
Okay.
Now that we've given away some personally identifiable
really.
information on the stream about our birth years, and
No one wants to
Okay.
be me. I'm safe.
What street
I'm
did you
gonna
grow
say-
up on? What street did you grow up on?
What's your mother's maiden name? I need to know this.
That's the
What
next
was your-
question.
She was
What was
never
your
a maiden.
Yeah, what was your cat's name? Cat's name?
who was your best friend?
What was your
Best
first
friend in
pet?
elementary school.
Yeah.
What was the first car you had?
Mhm.
Oh boy.
Anyway,
Anyway, before we go down that rabbit hole, what were you gonna say?
Who's
We're
doing
out
the
of control.
recap? Yeah, who's doing the recap? I'm bringing us back into control.
That's the handler's
that is
job.
what you're supposed to be doing. So
Do your job, handler.
Back. All
What
right.
the heck did happen last time?
I
Um,
mean, you tell me.
you would like that, wouldn't you?
I would love it.
okay, so yeah, we tried to talk to a this would be agents Ursine and Undyne.
Yep.
I am going to try to do this from memory, so if I'm off, you guys just say you can't remember jack or shit, and then
I'll
go,
pitch in.
probably
Yep.
right. So we were in France in 1402, and we were talking with a Mr. Castain about his dealings with the demon
Barbas.
Marbus. That's correct. And we were going to try to summon Marbus, but then Undyne decided that he needed to speak to an angel first, an angel whose name was
Looking it up right now.
okay.
That's an interesting name.
I know, right? And so performed a ritual to try to summon said angel, and instead we got a later
Creepy little girl.
a later version of she was not a Castain, she was
Creepy
the
little girl.
Dot.
The other family.
Lundine.
Lundines. Yes.
Lundine. Okay, so it was the Lundine daughter, and she showed up to basically teleport us back into 1995 in a library in Idaho, where a creepy pseudo cult was having a bunch of meetings full of potentially dead people. That's the part I remember.
Pretty
Yeah.
accurate.
Agent Updraft went into that meeting as well as it was breaking up. Agents Union and Updraft were actually outside performing surveillance, video and audio. As the meeting was breaking up, Agent Updraft stealthily infiltrated the library to see if he could find out where this 11th person came from. Because when we first watched, there were 10 chairs, the lights went out, then there were 11. And 11 people in the room. We only watched 10 people go in. So upon entering the library, after everyone dispersed, we watched 10 people leave. He went in to find the 11th person. There, he did find the 11th person, who was, I forget his name.
Mr. Lundine.
Mr. Lundine,
Henry.
right? Henry. I wanted to say Henry. Yep, thank you. And Henry Lundine was there, kind of confused about where he was once he found out what the timeline he was in. He said he was looking for his daughter, who then came running to him, and Agent Updraft says that the daughter disappeared. He also met up with Agents Undine and Ursine in the library about the same time that young Ava Lundine came running in to meet her father. One While all that was going on in the parking lot, a strange and mysterious gas masked individual dropped off a package for Agent Union, who, so startled by the stranger, tried to run him over but failed his drive roll and struck a tree. The individual ran off, leaving a crate behind, and in that crate was a note, and on that note, it read to Agent Union, with Caldwell down, Operation Bristol must continue. And that is where I think we left off.
The name of the angel was Mahasaya, that opposes Barbas. It's also the middle name of the Lundin child.
Did we get it all?
I think, yeah, actually, that
Tag
that
team
kinda
back
covers
again.
it. Yeah, very
Good job,
nice.
everybody.
Yes. Main things at this point, Henry has gone up into the library proper. The three of you had discovered the book in the stairwell, I believe. So let's start with that group. What's
Oh,
going
geez.
on? Yeah.
Okay, so this red book. It's another red book, right?
It is covered in that, but it is not the same type of red
Right,
book.
right,
This
right.
is the World Without Doors.
Yeah. It was just red. Okay, so it's just the world without doors. And so currently I am in possession of one book. I will go ahead and take this one as well.
And just as a reminder, it has kind of a still a wet ink stain on one of the corners.
Oh, I think I already picked this up.
Okay, good.
So having the book and just putting it away into my bag because gotta deal with Hank, who's wandering around looking to make a phone call. That can't happen. That cannot happen. So Updraft is going to look at over at Ursine and Undone and be like, he's got to go. Did I get points? I heard it sounded like I got points.
Points.
Did no one else hear that?
Uh-uh.
Oh.
It's getting to you.
When the players have to
interesting.
start making the same rolls.
Yeah, really? Yeah. Roll for Sam. Yeah.
No, I totally agree. We can't just let him wander around. Who's he gonna call anyway? What do you propose we do?
Going to try to call someone he knows.
And they're not gonna answer because
It's 1995, and he's
Yes.
been dead for 40 years.
Exactly.
So he might actually get a hold of someone is the problem.
Well, that doesn't seem highly likely. However, nothing that has happened in the last week has seemed likely. So I don't know. What do you propose we do?
Ask him to leave. Ask him to go back to wherever he came from. Ask him what floor he. Henry, I won't go. I'm Updraft has a sudden idea. Like he lights up Henry and he takes
Henry!
off behind him.
Yep. And you can see Henry has worked his way up to the library. He seems to be a bit looking around like, wow, this is impressive. Like to him, obviously to you, it's like, this library is a few years old. It's not that, but it's pretty nice for him. He's seeing little bits and pieces here and there that you can see he kind of gives the eye to and doesn't quite know what to make of it with that gap. But he does see an old phone hanging on the wall, that one of those like old clamshell ones, and that he recognizes. But if you run up behind him shouting, he'll turn to you. And as a reminder, he's kind of a big guy.
Very big
he's-
guy.
Yeah, very big guy.
Yeah.
Just kind of turns to you. Yes.
Which floor have you made it to in the building?
I guess the British would call it the first floor, ground floor.
Did you find a bottle?
No, I never found a bottle.
So what have you been doing recently?
I knew I was going to a meeting, but then I think I died. I remember the pain.
And I've approached from behind, and I'll say, if you died, then how are you here? And by the way, yes, you did die. You died 40 years ago.
I don't know. I just remember hearing Ava calling for me.
Your
And I was here.
daughter seems to be adept in her own way of using doors to move around to different places and different times. In her
Yeah.
childlike manner, it grants her the ability to, I guess, broadcast her thoughts, and the doors respond. So chasing after her probably is not going to be fruitful.
That's interesting. And he seems he doesn't greet that with an air of like, oh, that's impossible and ridiculous. It's more of like a, huh. It's like I didn't expect her to pick up anything from. Do you think it's a haunting the house? Why would she have this power?
Which house?
The McAllister building.
We're way beyond haunting.
Do you? He built the McAllister building, right?
Yes, he commissioned Asa Darabandi to build it. Yeah.
Yeah. Why did you commission Asa to construct that building the way that it is? Are you a member of the Brotherhood of Doors?
No, not really. I met DeCraig once when I was young, about 17, I think. And his little group, we talked. They had hired Asa, and much later I thought if I could get a hold of him, that they had always talked about the book, the play that they were trying to recreate. And I perhaps selfishly thought Asa might give me a copy of the book, but he never did.
Did you ever get a copy of the book?
No.
Do you remember the play?
I never saw the play. DeCraig saw half of it, I think. And that's what they wanted. They wanted the rest of it, the Brotherhood.
They only have the first half.
Yes, and he's kind of thinking like it was a very long time ago, but he said he had gone to see the play in France. And it was halfway through or so, it was broken up by the French government. They stopped the play. They took it all down.
Did he say when that happened?
Yes, it was 1890 something. 1895, I believe.
So the Brotherhood of Doors is trying to recreate this play.
Yes.
Why couldn't they just recreate it? Did they not have a copy of the play?
No, nobody had a copy of the play after the government took it all down. So that's why he I remember back when he had actually put out something in the paper trying to find someone that had worked on the play or been in it. But I didn't really. We met briefly. He told some stories. I don't know everything.
Where would you go from here?
I was hoping that I could go home.
When?
I mean, as soon as possible.
Home when?
What year?
I don't think that I have a choice. I think it is now. I would like to see what family I have remaining.
I don't believe you have any. After your son's death and your death.
I'm assuming my wife has passed as well, but
Yes.
it is only, you said 1995.
Yes.
My daughter should, barring disaster, still be alive. I would like to go see her.
She's dead too.
I'm sorry, but in this place, you have opportunities to encounter her.
Would you like to do a persuasion? Because you know
Yeah.
she's not.
Yes.
So
that's fine.
yeah, go for it.
All right. Yeah, no, I know she's very much alive, but
It's like that's interesting. I can't remember if you knew she isn't.
no, yeah, no, I know she's alive.
Okay. I think,
All right, it's a 50-50. So hold up. Come on, open up, damn it.
I don't remember. How do we have an inkling?
18. That's a success,
Wow,
baby.
that's nice.
yeah, nice. She was on the news as a reminder from last time.
Okay.
She had repurchased. Yes.
That's right. Okay.
Repurchased the building. 18. Yeah, he finds one of those like crummy library chairs and just kind of falls back into it. Oh no, I don't know. I don't know what home I have anymore. I suppose I can't just show up and
Here, this place, this can be your home. But not this place. The doors. Do you know the secret of how to make the doors work?
I did. I don't know that I can still do it anymore. I feel different now that I'm back.
Well, you get another chance. Maybe you could do some good.
Maybe if you can tell us how it used to work, we can work together. We can figure out how to make it work again. And you're here. You know you died. Maybe we can find the rest of your family and bring them to you.
Or send you back to a time before that.
Yes, and it was your daughter that managed to bring us here from 1402, so we think we have an idea of how the doors work, but we need somebody who has the actual knowledge.
I can try. And he seems very unsure. He's looking around. This won't work. Wherever this is, it's not a place that has been touched in that way. Like there's no door out.
Or we can progress through the speakeasy, and then there's plenty of doors.
Oh, the speaky. I think I think I've seen that. It's a little hazy, but okay. Well, I'm certainly game. And he just kind of looks at you three like, what do I do? I don't. I have nothing. He kind of looks. I have my robe and my mask.
Do you know where the buildings are that are in the network?
Well, I remember obviously the McAllister. We built it in the hope that there would be something.
What about the Bartleby?
The Bartleby.
Rodleben.
Brockleben, whatever.
Oh, I never got to the Broadleben. I think I know of what you speak. That name rings a bell. I think Asa stayed there briefly before he was working on my house.
It's a hotel of some sort, right?
Yes. In New York, obviously.
Is it upstate? sounds upstate.
I believe it was by a park.
In New York City?
Yes. And I think you guys actually know that.
We do.
If you cast
Oh.
your mind. Yeah. Do you remember which park that it was
Was it
near? I
Washington?
don't have it. That
That
might be
sounds
right.
right.
I think it's
Yeah.
Washington. Yeah.
So all right. So it's a hotel. He did he talk about the door in the basement?
Not really. Asa never really opened up that much to me. He was a bit of a squirrely fellow.
Do you know that he was drowning children?
I did not.
And potentially replacing the children he drowned as well.
Mhm.
No. I mean, I thought he might have had a screw loose, but it's I you have to understand, I dabbled quite a bit in strange things. Asa was just another on the list.
Erebus?
Barbus?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that a demon of some
Yes.
kind?
Yes.
Were you working with him?
No.
He plays a part in all of this. We haven't been able to figure out exactly what that is yet, but he's playing a part in all this.
Her son,
Another demon.
were you communing with demons frequently?
I didn't really ever do much with that.
What did
I
you
mean,
dabble
obviously,
in?
some people. And he would name out a few things that Don would know. It's kind of the stuff that would have been popular in the 40s, but not necessarily anything that like hits you as like, oh yeah, that's it right there. You know, like maybe a divination or a seance or something. but
Seance,
it's-
Mysticism.
mesmerism,
yeah,
spirit
yeah.
guides.
Just general that. He definitely seemed like he dabbled in quite a bit of stuff, though.
Jack of all trades, master of none.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. And he had enough money to really dabble.
You could say he worked in mixed mediums.
That's especially funny since he made his money on textile mills.
What's wrong, Lindsay?
Y'all are hurting me tonight. I'm just saying, hurting me deep in my core.
I don't know why.
What I want to ask you, like, so besides Bartleben, whatever the hell,
Brattlebin. Yep.
Brottleman, and the McAllister,
Mhm.
and apparently some place in France.
Yeah, right. There was a chateau. I remember seeing
Okay.
that in some of them. There was a bookstore.
Okay.
And a hospital. Yes, there was a hospital too.
Do you know where?
Uh, no, place becomes somewhat confusing.
Obviously, I understandably so.
We have
A
experience
hospital
those places.
with the mirror.
Um,
What are you talking about? A hospital?
That one painting.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
I don't know. I didn't. I pretty much just passed through there. I didn't really talk with anyone. But I mean, if we go to one of those places, I'm sure we could get back. If that's really what you want.
I just think it'd be best to try and reunite you with your family. That's what you wanted, right?
Yes, it's difficult, thinking of them as gone, but also retrievable.
You know that you are dead, that you have been dead, and you understand why you cannot be trying to contact people in the present, right? You understand that it would fracture their minds, it would push them to madness.
I understand.
Okay.
Yes, there are things people just don't deal with well.
Yeah. Resurrections on that list. Are you even alive? I'm asking you. Do you feel alive?
He gives a mountain of a shrug.
If you stab me, do I not bleed?
Yes. It's like I don't know. I feel fine. But I mean, it's been a long night.
And you have no recollection of how you got here whatsoever.
No.
You don't remember the last 40 years, 50 years. What's the last memory before tonight?
Falling down with this heart attack in the hallway, the stairwell.
Speaking of, why are you dressed like that?
I was going to a meeting.
A meeting with who?
And he kind of gestures back towards the room downstairs. It was an encounter group meeting. I don't remember how I heard about it. It might have been through some of my travels. I'm sorry. I realize it's frustrating. But not.
We can only imagine how frustrating it must be for you.
There are certain aspects that I can't recollect.
Is there like a parking lot in the front of the library as well?
Yeah. We can say it's a kind of a wraparound thing.
Sure. At some point in this, I'm gonna pull the car around front and just point the headlights in the front door and like flash the high beams.
Perfect. Yeah, I think that is a perfect thing. Is he's saying there's things he just doesn't recall. This bright light hits again, reminding Ursine and Undine of this angel, and then it unflashes. It's like, oh no, it's Agent Union in the car.
Oh, we haven't met Agent Union yet.
Accurate.
They have not.
So
That's George. That's what I'll tell him. I'll be like, this is George.
George. Is that supposed to mean something to us?
Just telling you who it is.
Okay.
I know who it is.
Okay. Well, I have to wonder if he's dead and he's showing up here. Does that mean that we're all dead here?
It could be at some future point.
It's another thought for another time. None of this makes sense anymore. Anyway,
I can't help but feel that Marbus and Baal are allegories for something worse.
What?
When I tried to call Messiah and Mahasaya, excuse me, I summoned a young girl.
Oh, so communing with demons and it didn't turn out super great for you?
No, it turned out fine. It just was a little disappointing. But my point is that there may not be a Barbas or a Baal. It might be something else. And those are just the words that we use for it.
Updraft just gets a big grin on his face and nods. These are all the same. They are just responding to the name you call them, so they know what you expect.
That
Stop
seems reasonable.
communing with demons. I will motion with my hand at Henry, be like, I'm sure he can explain to you the dangers.
He said he didn't.
Yeah,
He
well,
didn't
and
venture
it's
with demons.
yeah, I don't. And if you do the right rituals, it's perfectly safe. You know, as long as you stay within the protective circle.
And you know, if
Told
you
that
if you
already.
call an angel, you get his particular angel, his daughter, Ava. So I mean, no harm done.
Oh, I'm sorry. I think I may have missed a little bit on that. You're saying my daughter's an angel.
No, but she came when I called Mahasaya.
Well, yes, that's her middle name.
That's also the name of an angel.
Yes, we know. It was my wife's favorite angel. She was somewhat into that sort of thing.
It's my thought process being that there aren't any angels, and I just happened to successfully summon Mahasaya.
I'll take it. You're so close. I'll take it.
Fair enough.
Like updraft just lights a cigarette. Like it's just
In a library.
In the library.
Yeah, put that out.
1995. It's
Yeah.
1995.
Yeah, these could
Ash
still
on the
do that.
floor.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's probably ashtrays on the library table.
Idaho.
Yeah, I'll just use the ashtray that's right there next to the desk.
The lights outside flash up and down again.
All right. I think we need to go outside. I think George has probably got Henry.
Mhm.
Would like to come with?
Yes, yes.
Come on. I'm sure George has got somewhere that we
Food's
can
worse. Entertainment's better though, for the most part.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
that's
that
accurate.
Seems, that seems unlikely. I was very rich, just so we're clear.
Oh, then you might like the food.
Hmm. Not if it's the Idaho I know. I don't know. Maybe he doesn't like Idaho cooking.
I will look at him. Henry, don't worry.
Potatoes.
Idaho hadn't changed since you were here last.
Nope,
Hmm.
nope. It hasn't
All right,
changed.
Especially not Coeur d'Alene.
All right,
There's
so
more
you guys
people.
are heading
There you
out, regrouping with George. George, you still had that shotgun. Are you still holding on to that in the front seat?
Yeah, I'll have the shotgun in the leaned up against the dash or something while I'm sitting there, nervously tapping my hand on the steering wheel, fiddling with the radio, trying to find some kind of music, but last there was static. So-
Yeah, there's quite a bit of static, and as George is kind of tapping on the radio, and you see the front door opens. Updraft walks out, followed by two other figures, dressed in actual contemporary wear, and a very large man that just kind of towers over behind them as he's walking. You're thinking he'll probably fit in the car. but it is kind of a shock.
Yeah, I'll open the door and kind of step out, one hand kind of on the barrel of the shotgun in case I have to grab it. Be like, Buck, who the hell are these people? What?
George, Undone, Ursine, Henry.
Who the fuck are you?
I'm George.
That's
Who the
George.
fuck are you?
That's George. That's George. Were y'all not paying attention?
Oh, I was
Undone,
paying attention.
Ursine, George, Henry. All right.
Got it. But
All right. So right now is not the time for introductions or conversations. We need to
Strange
get somewhere
bedfellows.
safe. We need to get somewhere safe. You know,
yeah, I understand what you mean. Let's go. If
Right.
you can all fit. and
It'll be
I'm-
tight.
it'll
The
be
more the
it'll be
merrier.
tight. You might.
Like,
I hope you all are friendly.
like 5 foot and like 90 pounds fitting her in.
Yeah.
There's not going to be a problem.
Worst
like
case, we could
5'7".
shove her in the trunk with the crate.
I'm 5'11" and not.
Okay. All right. Yeah. All right. So you get in the car. Where are you going?
Well, as we pull out, I'm gonna look at Buck and go, by the way, there was a little incident in the parking lot. Got this and a note I need to talk to you about later. But I do, you said a safe house. We need a safe house.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's an old hunting lodge that's usually empty this time of year up on one of the lines that we've been working on. I haven't seen anybody there in weeks. So, yeah,
Excellent.
we can
You
probably
have-
hide out there.
I assume we're in the car driving that way, right? So
Yeah.
I'm leaning forward and I say, "You had an incident. What sort of an incident did you have exactly?"
I hit a tree.
A tree.
Yeah, when I was turning around, I hit a tree, so I knocked the taillight out. We might get pulled over by the locals because I got a taillight out now.
Okay, well,
This is Idaho. That ain't gonna happen. Nope.
And we're all fed, so it doesn't really matter.
there is no such thing as a normal incident around here these days. So I assume that you are not telling the entire truth here, George, whoever you may be.
He's George.
Uh-huh, and you're updraft.
No, it's Buck.
Yeah, see, it's somebody who's more than just their name, apparently.
He's
And
George.
then I look at updraft. Okay. You know what? I need some food. I need some sleep. I'm gonna let you guys play at whatever you're playing at. Now I'm gonna look at
Finding food and shelter.
Yes, that.
Got you.
There should be a Whataburger nearby, at least, I think. Maybe.
This is a panhandle, sir. Nothing is open after 9.
Yeah,
for-
what
Nothing is
time
open
is it?
after 8.
Yeah, if it's
There'll be
that
a
late,
bar somewhere.
there's a Huddle
This is-
House. Or
I
a-
like a bar. That sounds good to me.
Yeah, Waffle House, Little House. You guys don't have Waffle Houses, do you?
It sounds terrible.
It sounds amazing. It's food.
I will
Yeah,
find the.
I was rich, so
You know what? There's probably a diner or greasy spoon somewhere along the way that the diner that we frequent might be open.
You were rich in the 1950s. Food has come quite a long way since then.
In some regards.
We're not eating. We're not eating Jello molds anymore. Just
Oh, yeah.
Um,
That margarine, man, you got to lay off that.
talk to the guy that
That's for poor
canonically
people
had
now.
a stroke. Yeah.
Yeah, that's for poor people now.
And lead, and cigarettes, and pretty much everything.
yeah, pretty
Air's
much.
bad for you.
You know what? I got it.
This
George,
is hell.
hit the drive-through liquor store. Hit the Taco Bell immediately afterward.
Works
Yeah.
for me. Yeah. The fewer
And,
places we all have to get out, the better. As he kind of glances in the mirror at Henry, who obviously looks out of place, but he's not going to say
He's
anything.
like what? He's like what? Like 7 feet tall, 7'4".
Yeah.
Yeah, but the way he's
7'4" is
dressed
probably about
is-
right. Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
He
that's fine.
looks
I mean,
like Lurch from
that's all right. That's all good.
You know.
This is
That's
America.
probably a great description.
you
This is
rang.
America.
I have a question, actually.
Mhm.
Based on what we know, does his size make sense? Like, was he that big when he was alive? And if he was, would we have known that?
Yeah, he's maybe a little bit bigger than you would have expected from the pictures, but like just he kind of had a big family in general.
Okay.
Got swole.
Small giants. All right.
Yep.
So yeah, we'll hit the drive-through liquor store, pick up some booze,
Okay.
and then we're gonna hit a Taco Bell and drop like $40 in burritos because
That's a lot of burritos in
In
the
the
this
bag.
guy.
yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah, you could get a 10 sack for like $5 back then, man.
do you see this motherfucker in the back seat?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I
Claims
bet he could
he's
eat.
Eat a
rich
box.
and that
He
Yeah,
doesn't
he's
even
been
know what
40
Taco
years.
Bell is, man.
He ain't eaten in 40 years. That dude gonna put down 10 burritos
We're gonna ruin him.
before he talks.
You realize he's gonna have another stroke.
It's all part of the plan, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
See if he's
all
really
right.
alive.
Sure, both of these things seem pretty reasonable to get done. Is get some food, get some liquor, and
Two
then
problems solve each
yeah.
other.
George has a little bit of an out of the way place to go to. It sounds like.
It's yeah, little hunting / mining shack.
Yes.
You mean a murder shack?
No, no, no. Yes.
Now this food is an acquired taste, but don't let the fact that it's grade D but edible with the meat throw you off.
It is USDA approved. Well, it was USDA approved beef.
They say it's 30% ground beef.
We don't know what the other 70% is.
This is like his version of cyberpunk, where it's like, what are
Yeah.
you talking about? But yeah,
Don't worry.
he'll start to throw him back after you suggested, and yeah, I mean, he's hungry.
Hit him up with some 7-layer burritos and
Yeah.
When did the
stuff like that.
chalupa
He'll
come
be
out?
excited.
Okay, this
It was
isn't
after
too bad.
95.
Yeah, I think it was.
after 95.
I think
Yeah,
it was.
this isn't too
I,
bad.
I think it was like 98. So
What, a chalupa?
Yeah.
the Taco Bell chalupas, I think, were
Oh,
98,
yeah, those were
99.
like, yeah.
All right,
over
so-
late.
With all the chalupas that you can get in your safe house, it is pretty late at night at this point. The meeting was about 7 or 8. You guys talked for a bit, so it's not like it's 1 a.m, but you're closing on probably like 11 or so.
It's late for Idaho time.
Yeah, right. Everybody
Even Taco Bell's closed at this point.
Yeah. We'll grant you
Oh.
a free Taco Bell. This is the night they stay open late.
I
Okay.
have
They
stay open
an
till
important
11?
Question, an important question about this. Did
Okay.
I get some surge from the fountain at the Taco Bell?
Yes.
I'm being generous with everybody else's Taco Bell, so yes, you did. Next time it will be a luck roll.
Yep.
To see if they have it. Right.
It's surge, man. It's everywhere in 95.
Yeah, sorry, I'm all out.
Yeah.
So yeah, we pull up. It actually we turn off the main highway, and then turn off of that county road onto a dirt road that basically becomes a path, like a fire road through the forest that winds just
Switchback.
just switch back all the way up into this big forested area, and there's a shack that looks like it could fall down pretty much at any moment. Just your typical like wooden shack in the woods, and little small outhouse, doesn't even have plumbing or electricity. So
Sweet.
and
That's good.
Yeah, that sounds good. So you guys are able to get in, set up. Why don't we take a quick break? I know it's kind of early, but
Yeah.
let's do a quick one. And as you guys kind of think about what your next step will be, and feast upon Taco Bell and liqueur.
Nice. What do you say? Do you want to do the full 10? Or do we need less than that?
Any preference from anyone?
Yeah.
Do what you do.
Whatever.
All right. We'll be back in a few to
Okay.
those of us who are watching. Be right back.
Not even there this time.
Yeah, we're all alone. All alone here, folks.
It's all right. That gives you lots of nice time to figure out what's going on, put clues together. It's
Putting
great.
clues together. We're going to be doing that in a couple of weeks when we play Jinkies.
Yeah.
Drive the clue cart.
Zoinks.
That's not this Saturday. It's the following. Right?
Yeah, the following the 18th.
We need to vote on that band name, by the way. Those of you who are in the game.
Mhm.
Dinosaur Dump
Yes.
Truck, man. That was the one. You said that one, and I was like, yes, he's
pretty
right.
good.
That's got to be what it is.
I have so many. I love coming up with band names. I didn't realize how much I enjoyed it.
Well, you're good at it, for what it's worth.
Yeah,
Came up with some really good options.
yeah.
I thought Two Horn Conflict for a stoner ska band was
They're going to be our
top
rival.
notch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think I can, in
That's our
good
rival.
faith, be in a ska band.
Yeah,
Be
that's
the
the
skater.
rival. That's the
Yeah.
rival band. Yeah.
That's fine. That's fine.
You can be the guy that just skanks.
Yeah, you're not wrong. That's about the limit of my skill. But speaking of limits of our skill, this shed that you've all managed to cram into, I'm assuming it's not terribly big, so yeah.
No, it's
Probably
like
not
a
a ton of rooms.
2-room place. It's like has a common area and a bunk room that's got some bunk beds in it.
Kind of like the Evil Dead check, kind of.
Yeah, that would suffice exactly.
Yeah, Henry is giving it a look like this is terrible. Like,
What, rich boy? You don't know what what you're looking at here.
This is fine country living out here, man. This place sits on 460 acres of unclaimed land.
okay,
So
he seems
unimpressed.
unimpressed. Yes, that's exactly it.
There are some
Logics.
old, faded out beer cans, kind of scattered around this place. Some empty shotgun shells. It's obviously a hunter squatter shack. So
Yeah. So what are you guys doing? It's about 11 at night. For some of you, it probably doesn't feel like it's quite that late. I'm thinking Ursine and Undine, you kind of left in the afternoon, so you're probably more awake than these two.
Well, neither one of us slept really well last night. We tried to, but the creepy automatons kept watching us.
The good news is I feel a lot better. Thank you.
Well, I'm glad that you're feeling better. What do you think about the situation we're in? I mean, how is he even alive? And I'm talking to just Undine, and I point at Updraft. I'm trying to keep this like quiet.
I have ceased to question the rules. The rules are mutable.
I mean, that's very obvious in this whole situation, but
The players are not mutable. There is a cast.
there is. And we have yet to really identify who any of them are. Because I think Updraft is correct, and I think you're correct that these, whatever names these things are going by, they're simply different aspects of the same thing.
Right. Had there been an angel and I called it, it would have came. It would have been interesting to see who showed up
I like that logic.
with Marv.
I know, right? Like I just couldn't say anything in response. Like, okay.
Well, if you look at Solomonic seals, they're mathematical.
hmm
There's geometric patterns. It all makes sense. It all follows rules,
Hmm.
even for the demons.
There doesn't seem to be any sort of, or if there are rules, they're well outside the realm of our logic to comprehend.
It's a red
So-
herring to pull weak-minded humans into a loop.
Even strong-minded humans. I mean, it's this is just outside of the realm of any of our intelligence to handle. Do you still have the book? The
The
play?
Hagromantea? Oh,
No.
no, unfortunately.
Didn't Castaigne hand us that though? I thought he actually gave us a copy of the book while we were in 1402.
The Hygromantea, he gave you a copy.
Okay,
of.
that's what he gave
Yeah.
us.
And I have that.
Okay.
Do you, so maybe out of character, didn't Gran have a copy of the
Okay.
book?
Okay.
He
and
had
we
it.
still have.
Yeah,
I still
Does-
have her purse.
you do
Yeah.
still have her purse. And maybe it hits you at that moment, whether you say that or not. It does hit you that, oh yeah, we still have that.
Here. And I hold up the purse. Will you do the honors of looking through there and see what we have? can't-
Sure.
Bring myself to right now.
Yeah, I can look. And so I will start digging through the first purse, the first thing I'll do is I'll pull out the tin of cookies and I'll be like, I knew these weren't home baked.
That's one conspiracy solved.
Right?
I'll set those to the side. And then what else is in this purse aside from the play?
There's
Pistols.
a pistol.
Yeah,
Yep.
there's the pistol and I guess
I may be
What,
looking
like,
back.
butterscotch or candies or like whatever it is old ladies carry in their purse.
Hold up. I got you.
Do you need me to send it again?
Yeah, if you don't mind, if you have it handy.
I do.
Nice.
Werther's originals.
I think we can safely say that there definitely are a couple of those. All right. So there we go. You find, Ian, maybe you place it out nicely on the table. 1 gallon Ziploc bag of cookies, .38 pistol, The King in Yellow, an architectural encyclopedia, loose change, a bus card, senior's pass, contact book of family photos of grandchild and other family, rocks, small. I'm assuming that's connected to the rocks,
Yes.
and then $24 in cash. I'm assuming lots of change.
Yes. Lots of that $24 was in change.
Grandma's like, hold
Like
on, hold
a
on.
roll of quarters and nickels and
Oh yeah,
rolled
well,
change. Rolled change. Yeah.
that's a very
Gotta
good-
have bus fare when I lose my card.
You must be undercover because you don't have your checkbook with you.
Yes. Yes.
All right.
All right.
So yeah, I'll pretty quickly dial into the King in Yellow. And I'll look at Undine. He mentioned, and I'll kind of like gesture my head back towards Henry. He mentioned that he was looking for the play. Do you think we should show this to him?
Mm. The poor man's been through a lot. I mean, he's dead.
Indeed. But, you know, how much worse could it get, really?
You say that.
Don't answer that question. Don't answer that question. I just feel like there's got to be some sort of way to unlock whatever it is that's in his head that he isn't remembering. He got there somehow, and he doesn't remember how.
I think we're struggling against the rules here.
And if Darabandi was to be believed, we could struggle against the rules, and that means we're just playing right back into them.
I think he had a point.
Are you saying you think we should just put this down and walk away from it?
Oh no, I don't think that would work. He was trying to find a way out of the rules. I don't think it works like that. He was onto something, but not that direction. You can run, but you can't hide. You just die tired.
Mm-hmm. So, I'm going to assume that there is a copy of the sign somewhere in this purse. Like it is on a piece of paper somewhere.
Yes, it is on the cover of the red book.
Okay.
In fact, kind of stamped into the leather.
Mm-hmm. I want to show that to him so bad.
That's funny. I share that compulsion.
I don't know. And I just, given what has happened and how we ended up here, I'm not so sure that I trust Updraft in all this.
I think Updraft is what Updraft appears to be.
You have a good point there.
And we can expect nothing but the same from Updraft going forward, which makes him very predictable, which is very nice in this unpredictable environment.
You're correct. There is something to be said for that sort of predictability. And what do you make of
Consistency.
this other guy?
Not known him long enough to say.
Why did Updraft latch on to this guy? Like what is he doing here? And what does he know?
Well, we'll have to ask him. We could just, Ask him.
I already tried asking him, and he told me that he ran into a tree.
Well, he may see it. He may see it that way, simplistically.
I think I just need to. I need to sleep. Maybe tomorrow my head will be clearer, and I'll have a better idea of what we can do.
Yeah, you and I have been through a lot. It's not unreasonable to want to eat and sleep. I will stay up for a while until someone else stirs, and I'll trade out with them.
Okay.
I've had a bit more sleep than you.
Yes. You needed it, but I do appreciate it.
All my insides are inside, so I'm good. I'll take out my 45 and start cleaning it. Sleep well.
Thank you. Good night.
I guess when they would have been about to start, I would have looked over at Updraft. Hey, Buck, you want to help me get the rest of this stuff out of the car? I got some supplies to bring in.
Yeah, sure.
I keep stuff in the trunk, just in case.
Sure.
and we'll go outside, and of course I have the crate with the gas mask, the
Nope.
note, and then the shotguns and stuff. I want to bring the firearms in out of the car, just in case. Tacos were important, but firearms were also important to get in and out of the car. You never know when the bears or the moose might come down and want to fight back. So, well, look, man, what the hell does this mean? And I'll hand him the note.
Does Operation Bristol jog any memories for me?
It doesn't. You've not heard of the operation, but it is. Both of you would recognize the naming convention. Is
Right.
Obviously, one that would have been used by Delta Green, but you are unfamiliar with it.
So this guy just shows up, and I'll tell him the story of what happened.
Yeah.
Is that typical? That's not how it usually happens for me, man. Kind of spooked me with everything that's going on. Is that typical? Like, why the gas mask?
Gas mask is just to hide their identity.
I guess that makes sense.
What are you gonna do? Go tell the police that a man in a trench coat with a gas mask came and gave you this crate?
Right?
Yeah,
Oof.
when you talk crazy, you look crazy.
What's the story with these two? How do you know them?
Oh, I left him for dead in the cave.
In the cave. So I
Yeah.
guess, yeah.
Yeah, I
Right.
figure in the last couple of days, like we've shared some.
Yeah,
we
I think you did say
shared
that
some,
yeah.
and I know I did tell you a little bit about how I had been on a team,
Mhm.
and you had heard also during the group meeting about the team being wiped out.
Yep.
Yeah,
So
and so I'll be like, yeah, I left them in the cave for dead, but here they are.
you
I had
left
to see them.
your team behind thinking they were dead, didn't check on them, and you left them behind. Now they're alive.
What's the best way to describe that? I did what I had to do to survive because someone needed to make it out of that cave. I'm pleasantly surprised that they also made it out that cave.
That doesn't sit well with Union, with his military background, and you don't leave people behind unless you know they're dead. This does not sit well with him, and he's gonna kind of remember that going forward. That if Updraft runs, I better run too, because
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm just gonna kind of make a mental note of that. And then so yeah, we'll bring in the crate. And should we tell them about Operation Bristol? They're part of your team, so.
Yes, they may actually.
And what is this? Oh, well, I probably wouldn't have heard that part, so never mind.
Clearly, this is someone. This is someone who is reaching out through the program.
So you think this is
I s-
related to the thing that y'all triggered in New York?
Standing outside smoking cigarettes for a minute and just being like, it has something to do with it, obviously. You don't know what Operation Bristol is.
No, never heard of it. I know Bristol's a city in, the southeast, but
Northeast Tennessee, Southwest Virginia.
yeah, over in that mountain,
NASCAR races, all that.
all that. Yep, I know about that, but this doesn't seem like that. I mean, the gas mask is related to the mission, I'm sure, because there's one in the crate. He gave me a shotgun and a gas mask. I didn't check. What's the shotgun? Is it loaded? We'll pull it out.
Oh,
and I'm gonna cycle the. Are they standard shotgun rounds? Are they gas rounds or something that might require the wearing of a gas mask while using it?
No, they are not. And you guys have pretty good firearms. I know Updraft almost certainly does.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, between the two of you, you're able to kind of place this this gun roughly in time. You would think this might have been mid 50s or so that this was made, and it looks brand new. In fact, you kind of doubt it was ever fired, like, at all.
So yeah, this doesn't fit. The guy that came out of the library, the big guy,
Hank.
Hank. Okay, Hank. He's dressed like not from this time.
Yeah. He came not from this time.
So he was the extra guy.
He's the 11th guy. Also, fun fact, as long as we're sharing, that room was full of dead people because I recognized some of their voices. And they're dead. They are for sure dead. Or should be dead. Just like he was dead, but now he's not.
Are you dead? And you just don't know you're dead?
I mean, I think I've been dead inside for a long time, but I'm still drawing breath.
I mean, that. I'm just wondering, room is full of dead people, and it's just, man. What the
You and
hell?
I-
I'm just,
You, me, and Nick, right? Like you, me, and Nick.
yeah. We all went in that same. It was the same kind of meeting, so. Wait.
As a reminder, you did see Nick go into this one as well.
Right.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Did he seem more comfortable at this meeting?
Yeah.
He came across as more comfortable. Like he
Yeah,
had
yeah,
been to
he
these.
was.
This was okay. So like last time he was clearly lying about it being his first time.
What's your human at? I
50.
Yeah, he wasn't lying back then. Like, he was more comfortable the second time. The first time,
53.
the first time he was kind of, you got the impression he's a bond of yours. You're pretty close.
Mhm.
He was a little worried.
Okay.
This time you weren't getting that impression. He was much more eager to
Okay.
visit.
Yeah. So I don't know. This feels like Undine's area of expertise. He's more caught up in the nitty gritty of the program. I mostly find people like you and help them find the program.
Keep calling it a program. Is it like, is this something that's being manipulated by some other entity somewhere? That's,
I mean, I kind of find it kind of weird that we all got here. This is something is clearly pulling strings here, right?
that's what it looks like. to
Yeah.
me from, I'm on the outside just getting exposed to this stuff, and like I got an idea.
I try to associate myself with whoever's pulling the strings in every situation. So, yes.
All right. We probably better get back in there before they get suspicious and think we're plotting
Yeah.
something.
Carry everything inside.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming we walk in, Ursine's probably laying down. Yeah,
Yeah,
just
sounds like it.
getting ready to go to sleep. Undine's awake. I said alive.
Yeah.
That also applicable.
Yep.
Also alive. Alive and awake.
Yes, these are
Cleaning
both
my gut.
important.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess I'll go ahead and go. Sitting at a table, he's cleaning a gun. I'll go sit down at the table with the bottle of scotch, whiskey, whatever we're drinking that night. And what's Henry doing?
If there's like a chair that looks like it can hold him, he's pretty much on there. He took a look at the cots that you had and kind of went like, that ain't gonna happen, man. So he looks like he's kind of gearing in to fall asleep in a chair.
There's probably an old, worn out, lazy boy
Yeah,
in this place.
it's not comfortable, but he looks pretty tired.
Is there anything around this place that would pass as coffee, even instant?
Probably. Dig around the cabinets.
Let's see if I can find some Folgers or something. Is there a
chicory root outside?
yeah? Comes down to it. Potbelly stove, anything like that?
Yeah, it's like
Wood
a
burning.
wood burning stove. There's like, a percolator, coffee pot, and it's a bare essentials hunting lodge. So.
Gotcha. We've already got the lights on inside, so the windows are lit up, correct?
There's no lights.
There's no lights.
electricity.
There's no electricity. So we've
Oh,
got
okay.
flashlights, and the light from the wood burning stove if you leave the door open.
Well, there's also going to be smoke if I light it up.
It's gonna have a pipe going
A
out.
flue in a stovepipe, yeah.
All right. Well, that should be. I mean, no one's looking for us really, so I'll see if I can scrape together some coffee, even if I have to use the can itself to make the coffee in.
That's what I'm talking about.
Bottled water, whatever I got.
Resourceful.
Yeah, it's not gonna be good coffee, but you're pretty resourceful. You're able to mix something up that'll at least give you a little bit of a kick
Don?
for the night.
Don needs coffee. Don
Yeah.
will have coffee.
It's more familiar than well, I guess whatever you found in France, it was Folgers, so it's still somehow more comforting to have coffee here and now.
Mhm.
And yeah, I think Henry will 100% fall asleep, and you're pretty quickly the whole shack is just reverberating with snores.
Look at Undine while he's sitting there drinking his coffee, cleaning his gun, and be like, "What happened back there? How did y'all make it out?"
Well, I really didn't like what that thing was doing to Gran, so I tried to swim into it. Find something I could rip out. Couldn't find anything, just more pulp. Had
Yeah.
to quit. Looked up, everybody was gone. I saw where Ursine had gone. And luckily enough, I was able to follow in her footsteps and end up right behind her.
That's good.
Got to
Grand,
yeah.
Grand didn't make it out, but she made it out.
Yeah, exactly.
No, not exactly. Grand made it out,
Oh, good.
but she didn't make it out.
Like outside the loop.
She attended a meeting of these people. The previous meeting. I was there. I heard her.
Damn.
She is here, but I'm not so sure. Henry's here, and he's never been here. So I recruited George more or less. I think someone was already tracking him. He had all the signs of someone I would have recruited had he been in my office prior to me being here. And yeah, he did run into a tree because someone approached him. Do you know anything about Operation Bristol?
Doesn't ring a bell.
Okay. Well, apparently it needs to go on.
Okay.
I don't know what that means. I have put out, I have sent a report up to handlers that are above Marcus.
Mhm.
I haven't gotten anything back from them because I don't have anywhere to receive it
Correct.
until I get to an internet.
An internet cafe.
Well, they would
The
have
what?
faxed. Yeah. Where did you fax it from?
Oh, I faxed it from Nick's.
Yeah. So Nick might have a response.
Oh no, I wouldn't.
Oh,
I
okay.
would anticipate they would not fax anything because you don't know who's going to receive it.
That's true.
I know who's going to receive it when I send it because it's a controlled number, but the line I sent it from is not secure.
True.
So, I would have cleaned out the memory on the fax machine after I sent it. So, I have ways of once I can contact them of inquiring, but I don't know, man.
We're paper ships.
You guys show
Little
up,
boats.
Gran, who I know, didn't make it out, but made it out. Henry here shows up. Which one of us is alive?
I think in the scope of the out of bounds, that's not really relevant right now. We're going to continue forward until we either reach the end or find a way to stop the loop. I think that fighting against the rules is a waste of time. I think accepting the rules and learning to work within them is going to be our best way forward.
So
I don't think there is a way out until we just stop the entire loop.
did old Hank break the rules?
No,
He just dead right there.
and we may be
But-
dead right here.
Obviously, let's just go ahead and compare. I mean, what's death? He's Updraft just points at him. He's like, "What's dead?"
It's not what it used to be, apparently. It's depreciated.
How's
know,
George? Yeah. How's George?
Even death may die.
Yeah. So and like after like the first little bit of this conversation, like Updraft would motion for George to come have a seat.
Yeah, this whole
Like-
time he's just been kind of standing, leaned up against the wall, listening until he's invited to the table because he's not ready for this. He's seen stuff, but this is above and beyond that. It's that like next level.
Welcome to the party. You're in it or you're not.
Yeah.
It doesn't wait and start slow.
Yeah, obviously. I'll sit down and take the bottle and, just take a swig and go, when I signed up, it was aliens and surveillance and ghost stories, man. This is... I'll reach in my pocket and I'll look at Undine, and I will slide the crumpled up yellow sign that I have. I've never met this guy until now. But So it has something to do with this. Have you ever seen the yellow sign? Obviously you have, but I'll throw it out there and be like, apparently all this has something to do with this.
Yeah, it's all cyclical.
Yeah,
What
when
is
you, Yeah, when you slide it, you all kind of still feel that same melancholy just kind of hit around there. The whole mood drops.
As if it was a cheerful mood to begin with.
right.
Undine's been folding some old mail or an advertisement that was laying around. And he plops down on the table a little folded up paper boat. That's us. Picks up the boat. He makes wave motions to the air like it's rocking on the ocean. We're adrift at sea. Don't really have a way forward or backwards. We have to ride this current until it takes us where it's going to go.
I don't know about that, man. I just leaving it up too much to chance. We have to have a direction and
Oh, we have a direction. We are being led towards, and the yellow sign is laying there, and I'll tap it. That's where we're being led to. That's the play. That's
Wait.
where all the characters come together.
a play.
It's a play.
Are the contents of the purse on the table?
They're over by Ursine.
Person
I
has them.
Yeah, I would have pulled out the book and put everything else back in the purse, except for the cookies. I set them on the table, and then the purse is going to be next to me while I'm sleeping.
It's group property. Have at it.
So I'll grab the bag of cookies thinking that's what he's talking about. So
Updraft's going to reach into the purse and he's going to feel along the inside of the lining of the purse until he finds what he's looking for. And he's going to rip the lining out of the purse and he reaches onto the inside and he pulls out a joint. That unicorn and he just holds it. And he's like,
it was
I
for her
fucking
glaucoma.
knew it. I knew it.
It was for her glaucoma.
And he's just gonna light that. He's gonna light that bitch up. He's like, you know what? Like, I mean, Updraft's head is.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't know
that-
if we're gonna find any solutions tonight,
No.
but
Mm-mm.
I'll chase all leads.
That
So
explains
if-
a lot about Grant, actually.
Yeah.
It really does. What's in those cookies? Now I'm
Yeah.
wondering.
They're groovy snacks.
Yeah.
Gran was smoking and joking way back in the day.
Oh,
Like,
of course.
she had the vibes.
All the
I knew it.
squatching.
Yeah, squatching. That's
You
right.
don't get into squatching without
A little
Sasquatch
something.
showed me
A
where
little
the
substance help there.
Sasquatch showed me where the plants were. They were good plants. It's like, oh, okay.
Mushrooms, plants, and yeah.
Yeah.
Natural, it's fine.
That's right. It's rolled in leaves, not papers.
Oh no.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
That's
So
a blunt. That's a blunt, by the way. So he pulls out a blunt.
yeah,
That makes it better.
makes it so much better, right? So wait, you're telling me all this has to do with some play? The sign, the dead guy in the chair, the weird meeting with the trash bag people and the Halloween masks, and
Well, that's a simplification. I think the play is an allegory for the steps that you need to take to get to the center of the book or whatever is at the middle of the story. Like we couldn't fathom what it was if it was just raw chaos, but if we make it into a play or it makes it into a play, then our primitive minds can understand it.
gives it structure.
Exactly. It's like gods. Sometimes they are the same thing, but they're given different faces for different aspects to
Right.
make one comfortable and able to process the thoughts of them. which I think is where we're getting with all these other demons. I don't think they're actual players in the play. I think they are masks of one thing, possibly, or more. But I really doubt there's 27 demons running around behind the scenes of everything we're doing right now.
Yeah, that seems unlikely. And I'll reach over for the blunt from Updraft, and I'll take a hit myself. And we're gonna get into some stoner logic here. we're gonna solve this through getting stoned. So I understand something happened in New York. You guys opened a doorway to something. Now the dead are able to come through those doorways, interact with us out of their time, and we have to stop this by getting to the end of the play. Is that just
your
a
idea. No. See, I like your idea in that we opened this door, but this door was not one we opened. This is a door that we became aware of. This door was open.
oh, it was already open.
We
But
are
anyway.
not.
Hmm.
We are not the catalyst here. We are the observers. Go
Abby
ahead.
seems to have been the catalyst, and you just
Right.
hear Ursine just kind of she's been
Chime in.
yeah chime in. She's been awake, listening
Yeah.
for a little while,
Yeah.
and she says actually it was somebody named Abigail Wright who opened the door. We don't yet know how or why, but they kept saying she made it to the 6th floor. It wasn't us that opened this door.
And there were people before her. She also is just become an observer. Come over here and hit this; it'll help you think. But she's an observer, and by observing it, remember, it's Schrodinger's cat, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? We're
Yeah.
observing it. Soon
Yeah.
as we observe it, it affects
It-
the outcome.
It changes it.
Okay, yeah. Now
This
that's
guy-
making sense.
Yeah, pointing over at Henry, be like, okay, so he's here now. He wasn't here. We observed him at the meeting,
And now he's here.
and now he's here.
And observing it by observing,
Oh no, we had cameras in that place. We observed him.
or we take action, and that action spreads this loop, which is what Asa was sort of getting at.
Who's Ace? And you know, I'm sure y'all go through that.
Well, it's also what Marcus and the gentleman with him were saying as well, that apparently we had spread this by taking the books out of that place. And now we've spread it here too, and I'll pick up the play and just kind of.
So if we wait long enough, will this shack become part of the network?
It's probably already a part of the network.
the
We had to
network.
burn this thing.
The shack?
No. He's actually holding the book, looking at it. I mean, I think we're going to need it at some point, unfortunately. But it would be so nice just to toss it in the stove.
It would be nice if burning books was a solution to a problem.
But if
Here's
what
the
you're
thing.
saying is right, man, that we might need it, and all this is connected through time, you burn that book now, it still exists in the past.
Oh, yeah.
There's a
Gonna come back to
possibility
us.
we could go back and get it. Yes.
It will
Oh,
make its way
it's-
back to us. If we burn that copy, another copy's going to show up.
Yeah. It keeps coming to us.
Like a fucking boomerang.
So then it's important.
Third one that we found. Yes, it is. And I actually think the thing that attacked us, where we came from, because I don't know that he's been filled in on the cave and all that. The thing that attacked us back where we came from went after the other member of our team because she was in possession of this. Or
That's
at least I think that's why it went after her.
what else did she have on her? Anything else?
Those nasty cookies over there.
Those cookies are excellent.
Yeah, you've been smoking up a little bit, haven't you?
Hey, can't blame me for getting smart. And he'll eat another cookie because he's got the munchies now. And it'd be good if we put some of these on the top of the stove and warmed them up, and then they'd be soft.
And then you're gonna crumple them up and put them in the tacos, right?
Fuck yeah, man! That's
Cut out the middleman. Yeah.
exactly.
that's a great idea.
Henry
And I
rolls
just
over
roll
on the
my
chair
eyes. I'm
like,
like,
"Oh God, I'm among savages." No, no.
And then the taco gas gets to Henry, and
You're real
Yeah.
uppity. You're real uppity for a guy who's been dead for 40 years.
Yeah, no, his stomach, he won't sleep the whole night through, I'm sure.
probably nobody else will be
Yeah.
smelling the effects of that burrito.
Yeah, he's got a 40 stomach. He was not prepared for Taco
That's
Bell
fine.
just out of the blue. This is
Hey, when he wakes up, we'll hit him with some of this jazz lettuce. Be
Good
problem
Lord.
solved.
that's right. Oh,
right. So you guys are kind of theorizing throughout the night. Is there anything else you want to go through with that, or do we want to kind of do the shifts in the morning and cut to then?
Oh, I mean,
Yeah.
we're all high now, so we're just gonna sleep through the night.
yeah, I think then
Okay.
we
That
I'll stay
works.
up. I have
spent,
coffee.
spent some time
week.
filling me
Just-
in on the voids and answering the questions that
Yeah.
of the holes in the story. So George has a good idea of exactly what happened, where we are, and kind of bringing him fully up to speed.
Also,
that
I
makes
think
sense.
we're out in the middle of nowhere. We will hear any movement, and we would secure the door. I mean, it's not like it's going to be hard to secure the door. So I don't think there's even anything to be concerned about.
Yeah,
as
you'd
far
hear
as-
you'd hear animal noises and that kind of stuff, like the normal middle of nowhere noises.
Yeah, you're going to hear, the crunching of gravel and dirt and everything else if someone tries to roll up on
Done.
us. Also, a car, because we are out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
So I don't think you got to stay up tonight there.
When
I
Don,
mean-
when he succumbs to sleep, he will sleep, but that's probably going to be, since he has coffee, it will be slightly after everyone.
That makes
That's
sense.
fair. That's fair.
Prop his feet up, got the gun on the table, facing the door.
All right. Yeah, that sounds great. And it's a pretty relaxing night. So for those of you that were low on lowered willpower, go ahead and roll to get that back. I forget exactly what the amount is. I want to say a D6. If it's not, go for a D6. And it is a bright and sunshiny. It's actually a very nice day the next day when you wake up. You hear the birds singing in the trees. It's still a little chilly outside. We're kind of in the fall time, so it's crisp as you're waking up. Henry, as well as you see him scrounging around for food in the cabin. Looks like he's awoken as well. He's probably munching on a cookie. And you just he'll give you a wave as you guys wake up before eventually broaching the subject of what are we doing? Are we going to New York now? Like, what's the plan?
Well, it will be a bit of a drive to New York.
We don't have to drive.
Yeah, do you not have planes anymore?
Do you have an ID?
No,
No,
I
you don't.
suppose not.
You don't. It's okay. I get it. It's been 50 years.
Why
But-
would we need to fly? We can just go to New York. We can,
How do you-
we can do that.
Go to New York. Like,
Perhaps, but have you been able to make that work yet, Undyne?
are
I
you still
followed
high,
you.
man? We're in
We
the
smoked
middle
the
of
same
nowhere.
We did not. I when I opened that door, I didn't choose where to go. I thought of something I needed and ended up somewhere that was safe enough.
I chose to follow you.
Well, if following an idea or a person works, then perhaps looking for a specific place would work. Do you think that we could try it here? I
We
mean, there's
have a
only the
door.
one door.
And Henry kind of leans over at that. You're welcome to try, but I've found that usually you need to have a very special place, and I don't mean to malign your residents. I don't know that this will work.
He has a
I was
point.
thinking the same thing you were thinking. And no, you don't have to worry about maligning it. Trust me, this is a shithole, and you can just go ahead and say as much. But it's a safe shithole. That's why we came here. All right. So what? We go back to the library. Is that what you're thinking, Undyne?
That seems reasonable.
I mean, we got there from France, so be willing to. Or it would make sense that it would be all connected.
Okay.
Books.
So is
It's the
that
books.
is that the
It's-
morning plan? Is go to the library when it opens and try it out?
Have we ever gone into a building while they were open?
Hey, I'm just asking the questions.
I will have you know that I'm a federal officer. And I can go wherever I want.
I will have you know I have a right foot and no door is locked.
Exactly.
I see no reason to wait until nighttime, though. What do we have to lose? Go there in the day and somebody's watching and we walk through the door.
And then you don't walk back through. And then that person goes to the news and tells them that they watched a bunch of people walk into a meeting room and then never come out again. And they tear
then-
apart the whole building looking for bodies. And then they don't find bodies, but maybe they
And
find a
then-
red book. I'm just saying.
Well, the book would go with us.
What?
And as far as the rest of that goes, I mean, by normal people logic, if you show up at the news and you say, wow, I watched a bunch of people go into a broom closet at the library and then they didn't come out,
That's some
person-
Scooby Doo shit right there.
that
That's right.
person's
You're
not
right.
going to be taken very, very seriously.
Yo,
You're right.
loony.
When you talk crazy, people treat you like you're crazy. You're right.
That's right.
You're right. I'm just too used to people
However,
spun out.
if y'all want to wait until after dark, by all means, that's fine. I just don't know that we
Wait.
have to wait.
Why does it have to be a special place, though? If all this is what you're saying is you can think of a place and just go there, then like shouldn't that work anywhere? Just for everything y'all talked about last night, and a lot of it's still swimming around in my head, and I'm trying to make heads and tails of it. But you went to France by walking through a door. You're saying we can go to New York by walking through a door. You came
Henry
back to
has a
Idaho from walking through a door.
Somebody came back from the dead by walking through a door.
But Henry built that place, did he not?
Who built the library? Henry, did you build the library in Idaho?
No. But I did hire Asa to build the McAllister building, which I believe is what you're talking about. Yes, it seems to require a certain design. Certain
It becomes a channeling point.
Books. It's also books.
That's true.
Okay.
The bookstore.
So books have something to do with it then.
Okay, follow me here. Ursine,
Mm,
we're gonna send you in to reserve the conference room downstairs.
Okay.
Same room, same time as last night.
Makes sense. Okay.
Okay. And this is just Updraft drawing from his own occult thinking, because remember his knowledge of the occult, while kind of expand, it's not insignificant is what I'll say. It's not insignificant, so he's trying to recreate the ritual. Okay, we get down there, we do it the same way we did before. I'll lead. I just need somewhere special, is what he said. I don't like the bookstore.
Just show back up in the McAllister building. Will ourselves back
Didn't you
in
say
with
that
the-
place burnt down?
Didn't it explode?
Yeah.
I have a feeling.
Henry looks like what?
Like didn't y'all tell me that place was like burnt to the ground?
No.
Yeah. They've seen the
That's-
news. They know it's not.
No. It's. It was connected to a place that was burned to the ground. That place itself was not burned to the ground.
Oh, okay. Yes.
And it cheats. It doesn't care if it's burned to the ground.
It'll
I'm
just
going to
look like
reach
cockroaches.
into my bag. Do I still have it? The sign.
The sign? The yellow sign? Yeah.
No. The night manager sign.
Oh, yeah. You still have that.
Oh, there's
I pull it out.
there's your anchor.
I think we got it.
You may be onto something there. That is a
We could all walk outside the shack. You could put
And
it
then
on
walk
the
in.
back door, and then we could walk in.
There's no books. I mean, I'll do it, but I
We got
think the
books?
I think
There's that
we need
book.
more.
And he'll point at 2 or 3 of the books that are in here, because there's the book of there was the book of architectural guide or whatever that Graham had too in her
Horse by
purse.
degrees.
Of course.
Hyromantia.
I have the
play.
war.
The
I have
war
the treaty, whatever
and the
Russo-Germanic thing.
and the book the girl wrote, World Without Doors.
Yeah,
So we have several.
we have 6.
You've read like 2 of them. So
I read.
not to suggest, but you can read these books if you
Mhm.
want.
yeah.
I read World
Yeah,
Without
you read.
Doors.
Yeah, you
And
read.
I read
the
the
Russo-Germanic,
Russo-Germanic treaty or whatever.
But just throwing that out there. It's you don't have to, but it is a possibility.
I'm not insane enough to read these books.
Fuck it.
Give
me the
love
play.
Don's attitude.
Give me the play.
There you
I hand it over to him.
Updraft's just gonna sit down and start reading. He is first of all, I'm not gonna do it inside of Henry because I don't want him to know that we have this play.
Okay, I was going to ask about that. So, okay, you guys are trying to kind of keep that. Go ahead and it's pretty small. Go ahead and roll a stealth check for that.
I mean, even if necessary, I would just set it inside something else. I'm
Yeah,
looking
yeah.
at my character sheet, looking for my phone. All right, so where are we? Stealth. Look at okay. Out of a 50, 8.
All right.
Wow.
Yeah,
Nice.
I think your example is great. Is you pop the cover off a different book and kind of slide it on there, and yeah.
And yeah, so I guess I'm going to read The King in Yellow. I just want to go ahead and throw out there that Updraft is becoming a repository for all of the insanity, and he is already not a stable human being
Oh,
from the
yeah,
get-go.
that's clear.
From the outset. I just want so we're all on the same page.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
All good.
One of us is a spring chicken when it comes to
Yeah.
sanity.
I was gonna say I think all of us are.
I'm probably the
Like
best
the
one right now.
ancestors are all picking up what you're laying down.
Yes. Stably unhinged.
So that's
Held
going
together
to
with
take
duct tape.
yeah. So that's going to take about an hour. You think it's not a terribly long play.
Mhm.
What are the others doing? Let's start with George first. What's the Agent Union up to in that hour?
probably just digging into anything he can here that to get a little more understanding of the situation. So if there are any other books out on the table or maybe he'll pick something up and read that.
Yeah, I think you guys had named a few of them, like World Without Doors, Horse by Degrees. So if you
Probably the World Without Doors, because they're talking about going through doors and all that. So I'll pick that up and read it and kind of.
I think the handouts, the handouts discusses that one.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's necessarily a terribly long one to read either. I don't have it right in front of me, so we'll say, roughly about the time. You might miss a little of the nuances, but you can zip through it pretty quick.
I read it in a couple of hours.
Yeah. So, you might not get everything, but it's roughly about the time. Agent Undine, what are you doing?
Well, everyone's digging into books. I'm actually gonna, since they're up and I got the least amount of sleep, I'm gonna snooze a little bit more.
Yeah,
it seems like the only chance I'm gonna have for a while. So
I'm gonna hit that roach.
Agent Ursine.
All right. So, Undone, did you leave the Hygromantia out somewhere?
Oh, definitely.
accessible? Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if the others are reading the books, then I'm going to take an opportunity to pick up a book I haven't read yet and read it.
Mm-hmm.
Partially because, we have all these things and they clearly mean something. And if the rest of everybody else is reading, then I may as well spend my time doing that too. So.
Yeah, perfect. You can start looking through the Hygromantia. There is one problem. It is in Latin.
I think we determined that with my medical training, I could.
Oh, that's right. Yes, yeah. I think you're right. Yeah. So you're still thinking it will take a fair bit of time to get through. But just looking through it, because you're kind of taking the time, you do see that there is some more of this this writing in blue ink along the edge. So we'll basically you'll start reading through the book. And the text that you see says, it's all in the play, I'm afraid. No, that has that. So that is there. Back up. Agent Updraft. Couple things. Actually, 3 things. Choose an art skill and add 5%. So
sweet. All right. Is blunt rolling in art? I think so.
Interesting art. But yeah, sure. Why not? Improve. While you're in there, improve your unnatural by 5%.
All right. I will take poetry.
I like it.
Nice.
At 5%.
Okay.
And then improve my unnatural by 5. Oh shit.
Yep. And then roll a d4.
Oof. Let's hope it's less than 2, guys. Because otherwise, this trip through the door is going to be fucking crazy. It's a 1.
All right. You lose 3 sanity.
It
is a 1d4 plus 2. As you're reading this book, and it covers it's a 2-act play, and it covers this this party of these noblemen getting together, and there's names you're seeing like Casilda and Camilla and these other, like, it's a very strange book, and it appears to be this very decadent party, and at some point this phantom arrives, and somehow removing his mask signals the end of their world. And just something about that just shakes you to your core. As with all sanity, you can off-put it to a bond if you wish.
Yeah, actually, I think I'm going to try to push that off on Nick.
That checks out. Roll a d4.
Let's see how I get. Oh shit!
3.
Wait.
All right. Perfect.
Oh,
You
fuck
lose. Yeah, you lose no sanity. You lose 3 willpower,
Mhm.
and you lose 3 from your bond with Nick.
Yeah, because that motherfucker is joining these circles of dead people, and that's a problem. We're gonna need to talk about this.
Yeah, that anger is just burning in you. It sounds like. All right. And then correct. Agent Union, you have the synopsis there. I think a couple of last week of A World Without Doors.
Yep, I've
So,
read
yep.
that.
Yep, you've got that. All right, I think that is all kind of the upkeep. The hygromantia will take a little bit longer, and napping's fairly straightforward.
Fairly.
Fairly.
Yeah. And so it's about 10 in the morning or so. What are y'all doing?
All right.
I'll just kind of close the book, and this is some dark shit in this book. The hell did y'all find this? What
Shit in all these books.
a
You
phantom?
should check out. You should check out the Horse by Degrees.
That's actually probably the tamest of all these books.
Oh, you should check out the book that we left. Where did we leave that? Did we leave it? Did we took it back in the building and left it?
What, if you're talking about the
the-
graphic detail books,
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm pretty
the
sure that
Horrible
Undine still,
pornography.
Oh,
you
Undine still has them.
have
That's
them,
right.
Because
'Cause
they
the
tried to
book
said
take them and
something
trade
with
them
it.
at the bookstore, and they wouldn't take them.
That's
Did,
right.
what, they weren't consumed in the fire? That was it before at the bookstore?
I thought you had them with you, but I could be wrong. Yeah, if you didn't have them with you, yeah, they're gone.
Bobbert didn't want them. Remember?
Yeah.
And he was like, "No thanks, I don't
was
need
like, "No
that,
thanks."
that nastiness in my
So
life."
we ended up carrying that with us. So
Okay.
one of us has them.
Unless you left it in the hotel.
Right.
I
Or
had,
f-
yeah.
Or
I
fed it
would've
to the
left
paper tiger.
Yeah. Okay. If you had left them, then yeah, you didn't inspect what made up the paper tiger. I mean, maybe it's all a metaphor. Who knows? All right.
That would never happen.
Mhm. Hey kids, pornography kills.
Only
That
me.
pornography
kills-
very well may have.
It kills your
Pornography,
grandma.
Pornography will drive you crazy.
Hey, grandma was young and needed money.
Not going to tell y'all what Gran did.
No judgment.
One of those photos in one of those magazines. The model looked kind of familiar.
Do what you do, Grant. Get it.
So no, he's just gonna be like, this chick killed herself. Like, and kind of read the synopsis about it and share that with like,
That's not how I took it.
well, she did it to go to this place. I'm wondering how y'all are talking about a play and going to these places and trying to escape through doors, and I'm just wondering if this is all related to this story somehow. That, and you said something about somebody named Abby opened the door. This book's about a girl named Abby.
Who?
Yeah, there are no coincidences.
Yeah.
But this
I
book
see
is
it.
ancient.
She didn't kill herself. She became the thing she killed.
Well, yeah, but to get there, she drowns herself to get to this other land. She maybe she doesn't die. Like you're saying, these people aren't dead. Looking at Henry,
Yeah.
they're not dead, but the act of dying transports them to another place or time. And perhaps, wait, we allow ourselves to take that act of dying, consciously choose it, like she did in this story.
But she made that decision inside the city. She made that decision while she was in bounds. We're in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. This is not the place to test that.
Oh, I don't mean
But I
testing
like
that
where
here
you're
and
going.
now. No. I'm just it's to get there. It says, you know, she drowns herself, but then she comes back by drowning herself again. And I don't know. Maybe
I
it's
think it has to be, I mean, obviously, Henry here died of a heart attack and he made it through, but it seemed to be kind of aimless and he doesn't really know how it worked. So perhaps
And I
if you
never
take an-
left. Yeah, I didn't leave. I'm
perhaps,
still here.
yeah,
Sorry.
perhaps if you take an active role,
that's what I'm
Maybe.
thinking.
difference.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe an active role. Like your friend the Gran that you talk about. She played an active role in this. Maybe her choice to come back is significant.
I mean,
Maybe it's
dead
not.
maybe dead is an arbitrary state.
What is death? Nobody knows because nobody's ever come back to tell us what death is.
Oh, yeah, it's the lack of living.
Well,
We're all pretty
Henry's
sure.
dead. It looks pretty fucking alive to me, Buck.
No, Henry died. Henry is not dead.
Died, dead. What? My
See,
whole point. What's the
died
difference?
is a verb. Right. Exactly. Died is a verb. Henry died, but he's not dead.
Right.
He's not in that arbitrary state
That's right.
Because he was in bounds.
because he was in bounds. And he came here. He ended up here because you were in bounds and were chasing or following Ava. That was her name, right?
hmm
Ada.
Yes,
something like that.
Ava. Yes, my daughter.
Ava. Yes, they followed Ava to here, where Henry also appeared after hearing her call him. So, if we are inbounds, certain rules apply. Like you don't die when you die. You do not become dead when you die.
hmm
You are maybe taken out of the game for a while, but you're able to make it back.
Ultimately, I think we have to find a way back in bounds. And the first step to that is going to be for y'all to take me to the library so that I can reserve that space you were talking about.
Yes.
But somebody has to drive me out there from here in the shack in the middle of the woods to reserve the space.
In your one car. Yes, correct.
So either we all go.
Have the keys for. Unless you would like to give me the keys to your car, and I look at George.
Are you coming back? Because that's my whole thing. I'm not getting
I wish
stranded
I
out here in
could.
the fucking woods with.
I wish I could leave. I'm in this. Unfortunately, I am part of this play, and I don't think the play is going to let me go. So yes, I am coming back, even though I don't want to. There are a million places I would rather be, but I don't have a choice.
Where are we, Arsene?
Where are we?
Yeah.
We're in Idaho, according to you.
Well, I mean, also all the Idaho license plates that we've seen, but where are we? All right, so Ursine's
look
not coming
around.
back. Yeah, Ursine's not coming back, not by herself, because she doesn't know where we are.
Yeah, I look around. Yeah, you're right. That is kind of a problem because if I go out and I look around,
You would probably
Oh,
wouldn't know how to
there's a
get here.
highway.
What's your navigate roll? Because I
We're-
mean,
we're-
it's possible. It's
Yeah.
possible you could get back here.
It would be more likely that I would never be able to get back to the library from here.
Also true.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing.
It might
Is,
work,
Yeah, I think
but-
I think it's probably better if we all go together or a couple
And
of
when
us
I go and
go.
I look around and I'm like, yeah, I think you're gonna have to drive me back out there, George.
Why don't I
She-
take George and Buck, you and Undine, that's his name, right? Stay here with Henry so he doesn't get exposed. I'll bring some food back for us. Everything should be open now because it's daylight. Do have to make a phone call to my job. Kind of let them know I'm going to be taking off. Something family emergencies come up and I have to go take care of my very old sick father.
I was kind of hoping to see Ursine make a navigation roll and end up in Canada.
That'd be hilarious.
Drives
That'd be
out of the
kinda funny.
store. It's the
And
only
you're
safe place.
like, well, she just kind of disappeared, and
She
you
just
know.
left. She left with the car, and now we're all out here. So we had to kill this big ass dude and eat him.
2 weeks later, we see on the news, insane woman rams Mexico-U.S. checkpoint in a car with Idaho plates.
Awesome. All right. So yeah, no, I think that's a great idea.
I'll get us enough food for a couple of days in case we're here.
Where are you going to go?
In the grocery store.
Well, I mean, if you're checking out the, if we're reserving the library tonight,
What if
we
it
could just
doesn't?
go hang out in town.
Okay. I mean, you got a point. What if it doesn't work and we have to come back here? We're gonna need some food. We need to hold up for a couple days. You never know, man.
That's
Shit,
fine.
shit goes sideways, right?
Yeah, sure.
That's what I learned. Plan for the worst, and hope for the best.
Something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that.
All right.
Still a little high.
Yep.
Yeah.
So 2 are heading out, gonna hit up the library. The other 2 are staying put. Is that
Oh, hey, while you're there, make sure you check out on, Alta Vista or the listservs and see if you can find out anything about Operation Bristol.
Yeah. I'll see what I can find. I'll reach out to my guy. Maybe my typical handler would have some info about Operation Bristol.
all right? All right, so the 2 head out in the car. The other 2 stay. We will go with the people in the car to start with. Yep, George, you know the way out pretty well. It probably is a few hairpin turns. It feels different during the day than it does at night, weirdly. But you're able to get back into town, yeah. And
Mhm.
yeah, you're hidden, probably takes you an hour or 2, would we say, to get back into town roughly?
About an hour and a half, yeah.
Okay. But you do see, if you're going to the library first, I'm assuming that it is
Sure.
moving. It is. You see, there's a couple people parked outside. It's not terribly busy at the moment. When you go inside, you see the librarian is back eating her lunch. And she looks over, sees something on her that, like, you're kind of walking up to the desk. You see that she's behind there. She jolts back. She saw something, hits a shelf. A book falls off and hits a ruler, which flings a pair of scissors that embed into Agent Ursine's shoulder for 2 points of damage.
Rube
Yeah.
Goldberg damage machine. What the
And yeah, you're shocked for a moment. You look down at the book, and you recognize it is a book about angels. It's kind of like a Angels in America type book.
Does
So
it
it's
have
about
one of those
AIDS.
like?
It's a white
It's
Jesus
about
book.
yeah,
So it's
exactly.
about AIDS.
Yeah, it's
Got
about
it.
AIDS. Yeah, that's the thing. But it does. It looks like it's about angels and AIDS. Maybe I don't know, but angels for sure.
So it's got the big wispy angel and the blue cover hovering
Yeah,
over
yeah.
this over a map of the United States. Yeah.
The trick to
Oh.
those is the names are actually usually pretty right in those books, but everything else is like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna cry out and I'm gonna be like, "Oh, I need you to get something for me to do you have a first aid kit?"
Yes. And this librarian kind of drops her sandwich and she rushes out and she has a rudimentary first aid kit. Looks like most of the band-aids are gone because that's
Well-
about the most they do.
While she's going in the other room, I'm actually gonna pocket this Angels book because I see it and I'm like, yeah, this is means something. I'm gonna pocket it.
Okay. Yeah. It's big enough that it was able to give some force to this thing, but yeah, you can hide it pretty easily.
Yeah, I'm carrying Grand's pocketbook with me.
The-
Oh, all
and
right.
she rushes out with this this little first aid kit. Oh no, oh, it's really in there, isn't it? Oh dear. Well, I don't say, should I call 911?
That's not going to be necessary. However, you really should be more careful with things like this around here. And I'll pull the scissors out. I'm a
Yeah, splurt.
I'm a doctor. I know what
Yeah.
to do to deal with it. You really should be more careful.
Oh, I'm sorry.
What if this had hit somebody in the eyes?
Oh dear. It's a freak accident though. I don't know why, and I could have done about it.
Don't keep sharp things just laying around.
It was on the counter.
Okay.
While Ursine is berating the old lady for,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be like, why don't you patch yourself up? What was it that spooked you? I saw you were startled and jumped. What was it that spooked you so that you ended up stabbing my friend here?
Oh, there was just a spider in the room.
Spider in the room.
Yeah.
Um.
I didn't expect it. It just kind of jumped out at me.
Oh, those are jumping spider. Those are the worst. The jumping
It's-
spiders. They're absolutely the. I totally understand.
No, I'm so sorry. And she seems genuinely apologetic about this.
Ma'am, it'll be okay. I'm a doctor. I know how to address
Oh.
this, but I need to reserve the space downstairs for tonight. And I'll name the same time the doors.
Yeah. It's about
Counter
7.
Street.
Yeah,
Yeah.
7 to 8. Yeah.
Yeah.
And she goes, okay. Well, you're leaking pretty good. Okay. Yeah. Yes. The room is available. We had a group that all fell out due to sickness last night, so we didn't reserve it right. Yes.
Oh. Sickness, huh?
Yeah. All 3 of the rooms we had were reserved last night, and well, they all got terribly sick and didn't show up.
Very odd.
So no one showed up to those rooms. You're saying,
Right. As far as I know.
How do we pick up the key now, or do we have to come back later? Is there a key drop?
Yeah, come back around closing time. I'll let you in and show you how to lock the door after you. We're very trusting here in Idaho.
I see. I see. Also, do you have a available computer and copy
yes,
of the
Idaho's computer is right over there.
And also, I'm going to need to speak to someone about the lighting in your parking lot. I was backing my car up the other day and hit a tree that I couldn't see. It was just very poorly lit, and I have some property damage to my vehicle that the city's going to have to pay for this.
This is terrible. Oh,
Going to have to talk to your manager.
yeah, you can see she's terrified because you not only got a scissor to the shoulder, but now you're claiming property damage, and
Yeah.
they have no money. Oh no. Okay, well,
Coeur d'Alene. I'm about to bankrupt Coeur d'Alene, Idaho.
You're gonna have to talk to City Hall for that one, but okay.
Okay, I'll take it up with the city. Fought the law before.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Go ahead and use the computer as much as you need. And
Thank
she
you.
shoos somebody off of it.
All right.
Get out of here.
Fantabulous. So the
Can I do a first aid roll on myself?
I don't know, so I'm gonna go with yes for the moment.
Okay.
And then you can do first aid, which you can't do surgery.
That
Yeah.
makes sense.
Makes sense. Yeah. So I succeed.
Nice.
All right.
D4, yeah. All right, yeah, you're able to patch yourself up pretty well. All right. Is there anything you would like to do while you're in the library? It sounds like Agent Union was going to the computer. Why don't we start there and then jump to
I
her
have
side?
sure I've zero in any kind of computer stuff, but I imagine I know how to work a general search.
Yeah.
First thing I'm gonna type in a search is Operation Bristol.
Okay. I can tell you right now, you will get nothing back.
Didn't think I would, but I had to try. And then I'm going to kind of look around and see, make sure there's nobody like prying over, looking at what I'm searching. Not, I'm gonna search. They mentioned something. I heard them talking about Brotherhood of Doors, and I'm gonna search that. See what that pops up.
Yeah, you find I think we talked a little bit about this before. You find a couple of things that talk about the Brotherhood of Doors. It is considered kind of a largely failed but somewhat interesting secret society, quote unquote. Like it's secret, but people roughly know about it.
Like the Masons.
Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah, you don't have a search. What kind of search stuff are you doing for that? Let's see. You don't really have that.
Let's see. I have.
I'm just looking to see how much extra you get. Why don't you roll either like a bureaucracy? Yeah, do something like that.
Not too good at that either, but I mean,
Yeah, try doing that.
anything's got a chance at passing, right? Oh, so close. No, not quite.
No. Okay.
Really close, but not quite.
Yes. In that case, you find some discussions about it. It talks about the founder, Ian DeCraig, a little bit. It seems like he was another wealthy individual. They kind of note that he seemed to always be looking after this actors or people that saw this one play and had taken an article out, like a newspaper note for 10 years or so, trying to find someone that had seen this particular play. And I will actually just put that in the handouts because they mention it. But other than that, you're not finding a lot. It's one of those of like, wow, that guy sure was eccentric, huh?
Yeah. Are there any images
Of what, I guess?
of the Brotherhood? Like, would there be a picture?
No,
Okay.
no, there would not be.
Just kind of curious if it was just a bunch of guys standing around in trash bags with plastic masks. All right.
That's how you know it's quality cult.
That's right. They have, matching trash bags.
That's right.
All right.
Cult costumes picked up from Halloween City.
Yeah.
Everybody has matching ones.
I'll look and see how Ursine's doing, and if she's patched up, I'll say, here you go. If you want it, it's yours. I'm going to go look for a book.
Okay.
Yeah, is there anything you would like to try and get a hold of, Agent Ursine, while you're in the library?
Um. Hmm. Let's. Uh. mm, Probably, but I can't think of it right now, so we'll say no.
Okay. All right. Why don't we jump back to the two in the cabin though for a moment? To give a second. Let's start with Agent Undine. Um, you kind of feel your buzzer go off, and you look down. It's got that like scrolling message. And you see it's a message from Lauren.
What'd she
Uh,
say?
And it says, Mr. Wild is trying to get a hold of you. Call me.
Wild is the last name of the person who's purchasing the art.
Yes. Yes.
Gotcha. Well, nothing I can do about that out here. Look around. Obviously not a phone.
Yeah. You see a bird fly by.
Carrier pigeon. That's it.
Yeah,
That's it.
that's it. That's the answer.
It's got a timestamp. Is it like a recent? It's not like it's
Yes,
coming
it
through.
looks.
Okay.
Yep, it looks like she just sent it.
Well, at least I know she's okay.
Yeah, and you get kind of a buzz after it. Just he says you owe him. Bring the book.
Okay. Oh, my swift kick in the pants.
All right. And what are I guess what are you two doing in the cabin while you've got the morning?
I imagine I would have spent part of that morning reading the King in Yellow.
Mhm.
Processing that. I'm assuming that reading that would actually probably take more. I mean, it may be short, but just because of the, you know,
It feels good to reread it.
Yeah.
Honestly, like you read it once, that only takes about an hour, but
yeah.
it's nice to reread and go through it again and again.
I'm going to ask Henry if he speaks French.
A little.
Do you know what this means? And I'll read off. Was it Ne rayon par les
Ne rayon.
feux leur follet de plus longtemps que la nôtre. Voilà toute la différence.
Something about the difference of night.
Do you have that from something?
I do.
Yeah, he seemed like he was almost following it, and then it completely fell apart on it. Like, no, I don't know that one.
Okay. Just wondering. It's in the play. That's why I asked. Was to see if how much of this he's seen or if he remembers it.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to know
Remember
what
it.
you refer to. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So with that, I'm sorry if y'all can hear that. I know it's wild. With that, if I want to ask Henry, be like, Henry, when was the last time you were outside? Like just hung out the trees.
I mean, I went outside a little bit today, but I mean, I could go out some more.
I want to take Henry outside, just kind of walk around, kind of bullshit with him, and just. But what I'm watching for is to see the reaction of nature to Henry,
Okay.
because in Updraft's mind, Henry is clearly unnatural. He died, but he's not dead. And so basically getting a little bit of a living science experiment in here to see if the world is going to respond to him in an unnatural way. Because if it is, then that might be able to be leveraged into useful
See.
information.
Yeah. It's a pretty nice little area to walk around, trees, and there's probably a little brook nearby. He stops by the brook, sits down, and you see there's actually a bird singing, and it flutters down to his hair and just
Okay.
kind of sits for a second, look like it's maybe gonna grab a hair for the nest, and he just kind of looks up at it.
Okay. I'll talk to him about his daughter and his family, and whatever. I'll use my psychology for evil, I guess, to distract him, keep him talking, and just kind of try to get a little bit of insight. But make it seem like that. But really, I'm wanting to see. So the birds act like he is not alive because they generally wouldn't land on a person.
I mean, once he moves and stuff, they fly away. It's to the point of they don't seem scared of him necessarily.
Oh, yeah.
Like they're not terrified of him, but
Oh, I didn't mean not alive like as if he were dead. I mean not alive as if, birds land on benches, birds land on
right.
rocks,
I mean-
birds don't land on people.
Yeah, there's no
Generally.
birds landing on
Yeah.
Agent Updraft.
Yeah.
I would say Agent Updraft, you probably move a little bit more than this guy. It's not impossible. I think I don't want to
Okay.
lead you down the wrong path of it doesn't seem like this bird is acting like this guy is crazy or anything. Like the bird's not like, sweet dead guy, let me take his hair. It's more just like, he's not a threat. Like he's not that scary.
He's just that calm.
Yeah.
Gives off that vibe. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, I'm just going to spend, I guess I'll probably spend the morning talking to him, trying to get any sort of insight on, his family, one, because I might need that later when I go after his daughter. And two, I want to understand, I really want to understand why the fuck he would build this building.
Yeah, he doesn't try and hide that at all necessarily. I honestly was trying to get that book from Asa, and it was the easiest to just hire him, and he was interesting. He was doing those thought houses. You probably had heard of like the Bellafleur and whatnot in Chicago.
Okay.
Yeah, he was interesting. DeCraig seemed interested in him. He funded his schooling. That seemed natural. I could get it, but I just never got anything from him. I mean, other than the building, of course.
Right. But why this book? What's so special about this book?
It's difficult to explain, but once you start reading it, I met him early, and he showed me this book, or not the book, but he explained the play as it was, and I don't know, how can you explain obsession? I just needed it.
Okay, almost like addiction.
Yes, yeah, in a way, and I mean, I had the resources to chase it. Why not?
What about to Craig? How did you and he meet?
Oh, it was something at the temple of some kind. We kind of ran some of the same circles, of both wealthy individuals. Honestly, I never really got that deep into the brotherhood or anything. I don't really know what they did after he talked with me a few times. That was about it. Interesting guy though. I think he I don't know, kind of shady, frankly.
But he was deeply involved with the brotherhood.
Oh yes. the leader of sorts. There were a couple of them that saw the original play, and they were the kind of the movers and the shakers in the organization.
And Ducraig was willing to do. You said he was a shady character. I would assume most anything in order to. Was he? What was he looking for? Do you know?
The play. It was
Oh.
always about the play for him. He never saw that. I mean, I suspect we suffered from the same obsession. Yes, no, he actually he he was arrested. He had embezzled quite a bit of money from his company. And actually organized the murder of his bookkeeper, I think. Yes, I remember that now because it was a huge thing. He messed up. Instead of killing her, he blew up 3 other people. Then went to jail.
Whoa! Blew up like dynamite.
I don't remember what kind. It was a bomb of some kind. Yes, like a car bomb.
Oh wow! So he was highly motivated to find this book.
I would agree with that. Yes.
Was he? Was it for himself or was it for the Brotherhood that he was? I guess was he serving the Brotherhood's ends, or was the Brotherhood serving his?
Difficult to tell. I like I said, I don't know. He seemed like a very motivated person, though. I find it unlikely that he was, a pawn of someone.
Okay.
Yes, I'm sorry. I kind of lost track of him through the years. The media stuff was sensational, but I don't remember how it ended for Mr. Ducraig.
You said that you felt an obsession, but you said it in the past tense. Do you not experience that now?
Now that I'm back, honestly, I don't. I feel like I'm free of it somehow. I just happy to be back.
What do you think? What do you think you should do? You can't just show up and be, old Hank from the block. That's not gonna fly.
Yeah, I don't know. And maybe I'll try and find someone that remembers me from the old days. It's not everyone I knew can be dead. I suppose I'll just go to New York and see what I can find.
And you're gonna explain to them that you've been where?
I can't explain miracles, I guess. There might be at least a couple people that are happy to see me.
I don't know. Maybe. Hopefully, right?
He just kind of shrugs like,
Did you have a barber? Maybe a diner you went to?
not really. I had most of my meals done there. I did have barbers. I mean, hair this beautiful. See, no.
I was
So beautiful the birds want it.
Yeah.
right. I was just trying to think of people who might know him. And
Yeah, he'd probably have extended family. He's thinking, maybe a niece or nephew might know him. Maybe.
okay.
It's been 40 years, but if you had somebody that's 20 and they're 60 now, they might still remember.
Yeah.
Especially
Okay.
someone as distinct as him.
Yeah, for sure. All right, that's good for me. No, that's good
right.
for me.
Undine, anything else before we jump back to the library? You kind of have the cabin to yourself.
No, he had a nice little nap, and this area was a hunting cabin at one point. You said correct?
Yeah, it
Can you
looks
hear me?
like it.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thumbs
Okay.
up.
I'm actually going to go out. There's a field, correct?
Yeah, I can. Yeah, there'd be a nearby field.
Is there anything that's in season food wise, crop wise?
Let's see. It's kind of late in the year, so
Oh.
they've probably harvested most of it.
So the stalks are skinny and everything.
Yeah, I don't know potato wise when you harvest them, but you look upon the potato field and
They're
find
barren.
find it is barren.
Are there any other structures nearby?
Yeah, there's probably a barn, kind of ramshackle one. It's I'm kind of getting the feeling there's other various wrecked houses around the place.
I'll go knock around.
Okay. You probably don't find anything in the immediate vicinity because it is kind of George's safe house.
Mhm.
But eventually you do see there's someone walking through the woods in kind of hunter's garb.
Gotcha.
We'll say I'm not up to date on the Idaho hunting season, but we'll say it's probably right around now. It wouldn't be completely unlikely.
Okay. Well, I'm not. If I see any small game, I will try to run it down. But otherwise, I'm just knocking around, burning time.
Okay.
I didn't get my run this morning, so I'm restless.
Yeah, that makes sense. Probably feels good to have a little bit of move time when you're so far away from a phone.
Mhm.
Yeah. All right. Then back in the library, Agent Ursine, anything you thought of you want to cover? Or...
I am gonna take I'm gonna go back to an area where that librarian won't see me,
Mhm.
and pull out that book that fell on the counter and just take a quick look at it.
Okay. You look through it. Go ahead and do a search roll, just as you're.
That's a pass.
Okay. You are reading through it, and you are seeing there. It's kind of the start. It looks like it's kind of like we had talked about, where it's like, oh, this is about angels, but also like AIDS, this is an inspirational thing, kind of. And so you're kind of flipping through, and you're like, okay, yep, the person clearly died some point, and you flip through it a little further, and then you realize it's starting to narrate. There's a chapter in there that catches your eye because it talks about the Chateau de Port, and you recognize your name in there, as well as a Don Miskell. And of particular importance to you, it gets to the bit where you summon an angel, and it describes how you stepped out of this protective circle and basically goes just ends there. And you see a little scribbled note of basically along the lines of what's the word I'm looking for? Judgment delivered.
All right.
That's not a sanity roll.
Yeah, do a sanity roll.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say that sounds.
Yeah.
It's halfway through that, I was like, man, this is some
that's a
crazy
fail.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, roll a d4 if you would. Yeah.
All right.
If you don't mind.
Yeah, as you're realizing this book has a chapter about you explicitly.
Wait a minute, Miskell's not a French name. How strange.
Gabriel Mescal, ne Castaigne.
All right.
Okay.
Gabriel Mosquito Naked Stain. Good job captioning.
Nailed it.
Nailed it.
All right.
Nice.
So
Yeah.
how does Agent Ursine kind of deal with this?
Um, I mean, I'm used to seeing strange shit right now, and I am looking at this and seeing judgment delivered, and I'm thinking, did it lose track of us? Or did it like kill us and put us where it wanted us to be? And that's kind of where my mind's going. And I have decided that I have to show this to Undyne. So I'm gonna put this book back
Mhm.
in my stuff to take it to Undyne because I want him to see it. So
Okay. Checks out. Yeah, absolutely.
mhm.
Anything else at the library that the two of you want to do before you head out for the afternoon?
I wanted to run to the catalog card system.
Okay.
I doubt that it's been digitized in Idaho yet. Probably still the slide drawers
No,
and the index
Dewey
cards.
Decimal Sig-
Dewey Decimals.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna search by title. I'm gonna just quickly try to skim through to see if any of the books that we have are actually listed in the card catalog in this library. They mentioned books being important, and I wanted to just kind of curious: is it specific books like the books that we have?
They would have a copy of A World Without Doors. That one was popular enough that it got through. Looking through, you're not seeing other copies of that.
Okay.
Let's see. And you okay? Yeah.
All right. I think that's significant enough for my character's brain to be like, interesting. They have this book too. I'm actually gonna take the card catalog and card and
Okay.
pocket it, just to kind of take it back and show everybody, look, they have this book there. It could be significant.
Are you just taking the card for it?
Yeah, just gonna pop the card.
Okay.
Out. Yeah.
Okay.
That not the whole drawer.
I meant, did you
The
want
whole
to
catalog.
get more of? Did you want to get the book? You know they have a copy.
But we already have a copy. You know what? Sure, I'll check the book out. I'm sure I have a library card. If not, I'll fill out the library card application and get one.
Yeah.
It'll take the 3.5 minutes to fill in the paper
Right.
form.
Yeah, it would.
You're not-
She'd do it for you practically at this point.
Yeah.
Just don't sue
steal the
us.
library books like I'm stealing a library book. Come on.
That one I don't think had a
I like that you immediately went to stealing the library book and just skipped over the possibility of
Yeah.
getting a library card altogether.
I
Love
like
that.
too.
I love that energy.
All right. Agent Union, you find the book proper, and when you see it and you pull it out, you see it is A World Without Doors. And go ahead and roll a sanity check as you realize it has an ink stain in exactly the same spot as what you had found in the stairwell, and it is dry.
Right, that's
This
what I was gonna
looks
say.
like-
This is the same book that well, I wasn't there when they found it. In the library.
You saw it though. You read it.
But you read it.
Yeah. You saw it. So it is a case of you see it and you're like, this is exactly the same book. It's not. Yeah. Good.
I'm good.
Yeah. No loss from it. But yeah, you realize it is exactly the same like ink splotch on it.
That's weird. Huh, must have been a printing error, and I'll just that might even shake me enough to be like, okay, let's head on then. I do need to make a phone call, but I need to do it not from here.
Okay.
So
Are you heading back to the cabin then, or are you making the phone call?
I'll stop at the first payphone that I see. Maybe at the grocery store, there's a payphone outside. We're gonna stop and pick up some provisions, canned food, bread, coffee, that sort of stuff. And and I'll make a phone call to my handler. I need to get in touch, have some questions.
Okay.
Contacted. I'll leave the message. Contacted.
Oh, if are you calling them?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they pick up.
Oh, okay, great. I didn't know
Yeah.
if it was like a recording or they pick up. So,
No, first ring, a voice comes on the thing. It is not your handler,
right.
not the one you had dealt with before. It is the voice of the man that had found you in the diner. And
Oh, okay.
you answer and he goes, "What do you have?"
Operation Bristol.
Where did you hear that?
I was approached by a man in the parking lot who told me Operation Bristol must continue. He gave me a gas mask and a shotgun. How do I proceed?
Jesus.
Is that another code word?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, Jesus.
I just figured it
Jesus
out, too.
is another code word.
Yeah.
And I just figured it out too.
There is a bit of a pause on the other side. Did you get any names?
Negative. Only instructions. The operation must continue.
Is that an intentional you don't give any names, or did you?
No, you didn't give me any names with that.
He misunderstood the question, which is great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Jesus. Yeah, keep an eye out for anything from that. Stay close to them. Where are you right now?
Piggly Wiggly. Downtown Coeur d'Alene, the grocery store. Yeah.
Okay.
We're picking up some stuff and heading to the safe house for the evening.
Okay. That's good. That's good. Where's your safe house at?
Wouldn't he know this?
No, he doesn't know this. If you're a good Delta Green agent, I'm sure you didn't tell them where your safe house
Yeah, and I'm this is giving me pause for a moment. It's in a secure location, and I'll leave it at that.
Okay, that's good. We need to keep everyone that's been put to this out of. Do you think you could meet up with the team? Like get the team out to a location?
Like my team, the team that you connected me with.
No, yeah, the team you're at the safe house with. I think we need to meet up now. I think things are progressing too fast.
Too fast. Yeah, it's been a day, man. I don't.
Yeah, it sounds like you could use some help.
Nah, I got this. It's all good, man. I got this. I'm doing what you said. I mean,
Trust me,
got
agent. It is no shame to get some help. This is beyond what you think it is.
well, that's just it. I don't know what the hell it is yet. And if you already know what it is, then what the hell am I doing here? What if you got me mixed into if you told me to watch them and and I'll go into this whole like spiel of report back. I'm trying to do that. They're talking about some stuff that happened, and I'm starting to get a little weirded out by his approach. So I'm going to get a little vague with the details of things because something about this group, I felt like we experienced something. Updraft and I experienced something together that I can't explain, and he can. And I want to I have this desire now that I've seen the LSI too, to figure that out and see how it. Right, so I'm going to be a little standoffish from the handler, not suspiciously so, but trying to make him think I got this. Give me another day. Give me another day, and I'll call in tomorrow.
Okay.
I'm on the edge of a breakthrough. I'm gonna get something out of him tonight. I just know it.
Okay. That's fine. I think why don't I'm going to give you a location. I want you to be there with the group tomorrow. If you're not able to continue, just keep everyone's head down. You're in a very precarious position right now.
Understood.
And he tells you the name of an actual hardware store that's a little bit out of town.
Is it one of those like feed and seed co-op hardware store places?
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. All right. Anything else that he has for
No,
me?
like I said, keep everyone's head down. Do not make waves.
Yeah. Yeah, we're going to just stay in the safe house and, you know,
If you need anything, you reach out to me first.
gotcha. Understood. You first at this number.
No.
Yeah. All right.
The name of the place is the Rodeo Clown Feed and Tackle.
Rodeo Clown. Is that a real place?
No, but that's what we're calling it.
because that would be fucking great.
I mean, it could be a real place. That is where he tells you to meet him tomorrow at noon.
Ooh, at noon.
High noon.
High noon tomorrow. Nice. All right,
yeah.
I'll hang up. I guess get some foods and then
All right. Yep. Heading back to the cabin sounds like.
yep. Unless
Right.
Ursine needs to do anything else while we're in town, stock up on. Well, we could get all that at the grocery store.
Yeah,
French
grocery
fries.
store.
I need to go to the burger joint and get some French fries because this is Idaho, and who goes to Idaho without getting French fries?
Yeah, we'll go. We'll stop by the French fry company and pick up a bunch of French fries.
There we go.
They'll be half gone by the time we get back because we're just eating in the car.
All gone by the time we get back.
Can the two of you that are in town drive it back? Can you roll alertness, please?
Ooh, 8 on
That's a pass.
strong
That's a
pass. 28 out of 60.
Okay. Both of you realize as you're kind of heading out of town, you're being tailed. And Agent Union, you recognize the car, you think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's another agent's car that you've seen in the past.
Somebody's following us.
Yeah, I think I know him too. Recognize the car there. Hold on, I'm gonna try see if we can not aggressively, but just try to maneuver my way through taking some odd routes. I have a 50 in navigate, and I'm familiar with the area.
Okay. Yeah, I'll
Um,
buy that.
So if you want, I can roll it. But I'm
Yeah.
gonna try to see if we can lose this tail by, trying to time the
tricky
traffic
enough, yeah.
lights and non-signaling turns. Plus my tail lights have busted on one side.
So you're going to be real easy to find. Okay, gotcha.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah.
go ahead and they'll know that your car if they see it again.
Oh well, that's not a pass. I get to go up on my navigate.
You do go ahead and check it. Yeah, you're trying stuff. It does not seem like you are losing them. They're keeping a respectful distance, but they're following you very clearly.
Just gonna confront him. What do you think,
Okay.
Ursine? Should we just ask him what his deal is? If it's who I think it is, and who I think and why I think it is, I just got off the phone with my handler, and they want the location of the safe house. I think your team is compromised. I don't know if I'm a part of their team yet, so I'm going to call it your team.
Well, what I can tell you is that the person we were working with before is dead, and that they were sent to kill us. So, if these friends of yours follow us back to the shack, they're likely going to kill everyone, including you, because you have now been touched by the contagion, as they consider it.
Great.
If you want to confront them, we can be ready for it, but are you packing heat?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I'm always. In fact, I've got one of those shotgun holders in the front of my car because I have a shotgun before I got
Okay.
the shotgun. So yeah, there's a shotgun right here on the dash. Like,
Or, well, okay then.
yeah,
If you stop and confront them, we have to be prepared to potentially have a firefight.
yeah, that is a possibility.
Alternatively, we could stop somewhere, wait and see if they eventually leave. We could.
Yeah,
I don't think we can go back. We have no way to alert everybody else before we get there that we're being followed for them to be ready for an ambush or similar.
You do have a way.
I got an idea.
Do
You
we?
just need a payphone.
Oh, because you've got a pager.
Oh, that's right. He does
We all
have.
have pagers.
Yeah, we.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
y'all do have pagers. So,
Okay. Well, then we can, I guess, because y'all don't have a phone, you just have you just have pagers. Well, and would your pager even have signal out there though? Like,
Yeah,
We
he already got a
wouldn't-
page.
but we wouldn't
Oh,
know that.
okay.
But we could try.
yeah.
um,
Okay.
Here's
And
what
you
we'll
can't
do.
send a text, but you can send things like back then we had codes like 143 is I love you and 911 was
911.
emergency, yeah, and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
it's 1995. So 187, because Body Count released their Body Count's album in 1994. What is the name
Yep.
of that album? You know the one I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Cop Killer.
Cop Killer.
Cop Killer.
Better you than
Yeah.
me. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, better you and me. 187. That's if you said that.
Yeah, that is a reference that Julia would not know.
So probably
Yeah.
911.
Or
yeah, probably.
or 4376. You have to hold it upside down,
Yeah.
but it spells help.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa!
But if you pick numbers that are that are important to us, like if we have a group serial number, or-
1402.
Yep.
Yep.
Well, then I just have emergency in 1402, and like I can't get back to 1402.
911 1402.
Yeah, we
Um,
must go back in time.
That's the only
Let's
way
go
out.
back to the
To the future.
Sure.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
We'll figure out. We would have, or maybe y'all would have had a code system set up for this already as an established.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
you guys would definitely know each other's pager numbers.
Here's what we'll
That's
do then.
for sure.
I'm just gonna flip a bitch in the street and head back to the grocery store because he's not gonna try anything in fucking broad public daylight. It's my thought process. Like and one of us can run into the grocery store to forget something, but just duck inside the door and cover the one on the payphone, just in case something does get. But I don't think they're gonna have a shootout in front of the grocery store. Too many
Also,
innocents.
federal agents. Can I use your phone? Thank you.
Phew. FBI.
Don is so quick to just be like, "Hi, I have a badge. Get the fuck out of my way."
Yeah.
I love it.
Right?
I
The
love
badge
it.
doesn't work. The gun does the talking.
And see, George is, he's like, don't abuse the badge kind of guy. Don't flash it around too much. You'll draw unnecessary attention to yourself.
And Don does this shit for a living. He does this every
Right.
day. This is
I
his
was
life
actually a cop.
regardless.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like, well, if you weren't doing this, what would you be doing? This.
This.
yes, yeah.
Yep, yep. All right. So you are pulling a quick Yui.
Yep, I'm gonna flip a U-turn and see what he does. And as if he doesn't, and we pass, I definitely want to see if I could see who it is, if I recognize them. And
Okay. Yeah, you definitely will go past them. You guys both succeeded your alertness check, so I don't see why you wouldn't notice as you drive by. You do see Dylan Harper is the agent that you know. You've actually been on enough missions that he's at least shared his name. He let it drop one time. Is driving, and your eyes catch, and what you realize is there are 3 other individuals in the car, and they all look like they are watching you as we are
watching
the other
them.
way. Yep, and he also then kind of pulls a U-turn. It's not super clean, but he gets it, and it looks like they're speeding up. They know they've been made.
I think you're right. We might have to fight this out. And it's midday, right? Ish.
Yeah, it's about midday. Yeah.
Plenty of people out on the streets
Sure.
doing
Yeah.
stuff in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. So yeah, I'll just pull right back in. Not gonna race. Not gonna try to outrun them, and just see what they do. If they ram me, then it's on. Then we're
Okay. Yeah, you can easily drive back to the grocery store. Is someone still running in? They look like they're kind of parking a little bit back from you.
Yeah, I guess we should. I don't like being out here one alone, but that's fine. We'll be all right. Do you want to make the call, or you got another idea?
But do we want to leave the car alone?
No, I want to park as close to the payphone as possible, in the fire lane. In fact, I'm gonna pull up in the fire lane right in front of the payphone. Come on, tell me to move it. This is where I'm gonna abuse my power.
I don't think we go in. They've seen us. They know we've seen them. You just go and I'll run up to the payphone, you park, and I'll leave the door open, so if I have to duck and get back in the car real quick,
Okay.
leave the car running.
Yeah, and I'll leave it idling and pull right up to the payphone and keep an eye on them. See what they start doing.
All right. Yeah, you see them pull up behind you. The driver's side door opens after a bit. If they see Agent Ursine getting out, driver's side opens, and you see your agent. For Agent Ursine, they all kind of look like people. You don't recognize any of them, but you would recognize Agent Harper getting out, George, and he just kind of strolls up to your window and kind of does the tap on the side. He looks like he's watching you, Ursine. Are you going to the phone to do that still? Is that kind of the plan? Go enter it. Yep.
Still gonna go send that page.
Yeah,
That's right.
it's definitely Kill Bill theme song.
Yeah.
time.
So I will hit the crank enough to where we can talk, but not where he can reach in or anything. What's up, Dylan?
Hey, George. What you guys doing over here?
I was just giving this lady a ride to the payphone and then back to the library. She, had to call her husband and tell him she was out. I don't know what he knows.
Yeah. And he's
What are
not
you
sure.
doing? Why are you following me?
Who's she calling?
Her husband, I suppose. That's what she said. Why are you following me, man? You supposed to be keeping tabs on me or something? Did I do something wrong? Am I in trouble? I know I
Yeah,
forgot to call
yeah.
in today. Sorry. Been a little busy. You saw it hit a tree, had to go to the insurance people, and that was a mess.
Yeah. And he looks like he's kind of distractedly playing with his belt. Roll an alertness real quick.
That's 00. So
No,
no, I'm oblivious.
yeah, you're oblivious. By the phone, Agent Ursine, you dial it in, you send the pager, and you're kind of looking at the phone, get it out. When you look up, there is a small figure outside the phone booth, basically facing you. It is a child-sized figure in a gold kind of a blanket, almost like a shawl covering it, and you can just see its hand raises to its mouth and then points back to the car as you see the agent that's next to it try and plunge a syringe into Agent Union's neck. And I think that should be a break, because that feels like a break.
Is it a small ebony
Oh.
child?
Yeah.
It's a small golden child.
Oh,
They-
it's a golden child.
It's
Okay.
golden.
Yes.
Wow,
And
that's,
see,
that's probably even worse.
and the phone booth has a door on it.
It does have a door on it.
Anyway, sorry. The best time to roll a 100, right?
Yeah.
If
When
only
you're
a
about to get
Dean and a
stabbed
draft
to
were
death.
there.
Oh well, I mean, to be fair, George's lifespan is still not determined.
Yeah.
It's not. It's really not. I mean, why not? You know.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Updraft knows this game, and he's like, "Oh, who brought the heat?"
Mm-hmm. That's right.
You probably should have told him where you were.
I would have shot all four of them while they're still in the car.
I thought about it.
Boom, 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 boom.
Don cold blooded.
I love
Don's lost his shit. He just doesn't show it on the outside.
Yeah. See, and George isn't there yet. So
I think Don's speech about the boat should have been a clue to
clue,
y'all.
yeah.
Don's yeah.
yeah.
This coffee's great. Would you like some? Splash. Oh! Pow, 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 pow.
Oh, that's
Right.
great. That's great. All right. Well, guess that's it for this week, everybody. We'll be back next week. All you bots, make sure you tune in to watch us again next week.
Oh yeah.
We're huge in the bot community.
Yeah,
We
Six
are.
Flags
They've
Magic Mountain, the bot.
They've scraped our birth years.
Yeah. And Small Streamers DC server.
Oh yeah, that one's a normal bot.
Yeah, with that one's in here every week. So glad that you're returning. So get all that data.
Thanks for being a loyal follower bot.
Robots.
Small streamer SDC server.
Consistency is important.
That's
in
right.
These things. Yeah,
Right.
yeah, yeah.
Hey, it's getting data, and we like the data. So
Yeah, just like you guys. You got some good data this week, I think.
yeah,
Oh yeah.
I think
Man,
so.
and to think I was going to kill Henry.
Yeah, yeah. And now
I was
he-
like, you know what? Let's just ride this out and see
Yeah.
you know what we can do.
See, when I got Operation Bristol, I immediately thought this means to wipe everybody out.
I know, yeah,
But-
exactly.
Yeah.
I, the player, knew that, right?
Oh,
Character did, so I was playing to my character. Like I knew it then that this is the hit squad. I'm supposed to take these guys out. And then when I realized y'all are a bunch of cold-blooded psychopaths, so it's like, that I'm calling in the cavalry.
and now it's almost like you hung out too long with the psychopaths, and
Yeah.
let's see
You're a
what
bad
happens.
it's all right.
Yeah.
It's all right. Oh man, I can't wait till next week. But I want to say this: I was talking to Henry when I figured out what Operation Bristol was. Like I don't know what you said, but all of a sudden, all the pieces just went, chink, and I was like, "Oh god damn it!" Like,
Yeah, I saw that happen. You're like, yes, I know now.
I was like, "Oh, I know now." Now, like, I mean, I've got at least a pistol and Grand's 380. and Don's up here. I
Nope.
would imagine my rifle and shotgun that I had are probably in your trunk because I would have taken them with us to the library, but I would not have gotten them out.
No, we said we were bringing in all the firearms.
Oh,
Yeah.
I said we brought in
Oh, yeah.
all firearms out of the
Yeah,
car.
you did.
okay,
So-
yeah. So I got that fucking.
So when
rifle.
you got your rifle, and then my shotgun I would have taken with us when we went back. My pistol and shotgun.
You're
No.
telling me there's barely any weapons in the car now?
Just
Oh,
what's
no.
There's Grand's purse with the gun in it.
Yeah.
I've got the shotgun.
I have my own gun too.
I've got my
He has
pistol.
a shotgun like on the dashboard.
Yeah, like it's
Yeah,
right here.
Exactly.
So
Exactly. But he
I-
didn't see the guy with the syringe coming at him, or else he might have had a chance.
because I was distracted by the shiny child outside the phone booth,
That you can't use that excuse. You don't see that.
I was distracted by
You rolled
something.
a 000. Yeah, you were distracted by
It
Harper
was-
somehow.
It was a long
sun.
blink.
Yeah.
The sunshine's shining in your eyes through the windshield. Man, I really should clean my windshield.
Man, the two of y'all better have y'all's lucky dice next week because y'all gonna need them for the sand rolls when Buck and Don go absolutely wild on these motherfuckers. like dragging guys by their jaw over to an area only to execute them there.
I just
Hey,
hope
gentlemen,
What's wrong with you?
I just hope I have an opportunity to react if I by some chance, some miracle, see this or feel this happening. I hope I have a chance to react because I already know what I would do.
Yeah, oh,
So-
we're definitely going into combat, but I'm afraid that 100 is definitely gonna not work in your favor.
Oh yeah, it's
He's gonna be sucking.
Yeah.
That's gonna
Yeah.
be bad.
I mean, I'll let you behind the scenes a little. There's a decent chance he won't hit.
But you
Good.
got 100.
You did get
So-
100, so it's
There's
the
a
decent
40%
chances.
less chance.
So you don't get a chance to dodge or fight back. It's
Yeah.
You know what? I'm okay with that. Because I already know I know what's going to happen if he hits me and if he doesn't hit me. I already know what's happening. So
Nice. All right.
That's good
I'm
because
excited.
yeah. All right.
I can't wait for the next week's episode, which is what is this? Kill Bill? What's his name? Kill Dylan?
Yeah. Kill Dill.
Kill Dill.
Dun, dun, dun.
I'm gonna have to get some good music for
When
that.
you're- yeah. When
From-
your entire Delta Green cell goes rogue and they all start killing other Delta Green agents and
Yes.
drop off the face of the planet.
Mm-hmm.
Man, they really shouldn't have let.
Huh.
I don't who
Oh.
who made the call that oh yeah, Buck and Don, they can go hang out together. Like they're both upstanding, stable humans.
You say that like anybody that's a Delta Green is a stable human.
I'll have you know I appear to be extremely respectable.
We are both highly
Appear to be.
functioning psychopaths.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, you are.
Highly
Don has-
functioning psychopaths.
Don has checked out the area. You both did some perimeter sweeps. Huh.
We know where to get
Consider the-
higher caliber guns if we need them just by taking them from the hunters.
considered the pros and cons of murdering the hunters already. Or
Pardon me, sir. Yes, I'm with the game warden service. I'm going to need to see your hunting license. What kind of rifle is this? And pow! Thank you.
matter.
What kind of rifle is it? It's my
One of us walks up
rifle.
waving. Yeah, one of us walks up waving. They're like, "Oh, hey!" They wave back, and this other one just shoots them both. Problem
He
solved.
falls on the deer stand. It was the fall that got him.
Fuck it.
He would have been fine. He could have healed from the bullets,
Oh.
but boy,
It's the abrupt stop at the end.
That's right. Oh, I
was
needed
pretty
that. I needed that. That was great.
Mm.
I always seem to roll those bad ones right at the end like that when something.
that's.
I think
that's great.
I think Grand died on a double lot too. So
Look, I'm just looking for nice end break things where it's like, I need something. I need the. Oh, there it is. Perfect.
cliffhanger material.
Mm-hmm.
Well, at least I'm good for something. So, all right, y'all. I guess that'll do it for us for tonight, huh?
Yeah,
All right.
streaming wise. Yeah.
Fantastic. Tune in next week to find out if Agent Union dies or not. And tune in all weekend long as we have Dungeons and Dragons Friday night and Saturday. And then next week, we'll have something this on Wednesday, and then we'll have stuff all next weekend too. So make sure you tune in for all of our games. Find us over on the YouTube and hit that follow button. If you're watching this on the VOD, give us a chance to wow you with our awesomeness. But until next time, deception is a right, truth is a privilege, and innocence, that's just luxury. As I'm finding out with my new character tonight. Until next time, everyone, have fun, be safe. Good night.
Go to the Discord and vote on the third character.
Yeah.